Bonsoir, bonsoir. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you in, guys. Yeah, it's come around really quick, hasn't it, since last Sunday? I was actually watching somebody else's stream just now. Ed Sweeney did an early stream, and I noticed some of the guys here, like Clive McLaren F1 race, Danish Bacon. You're having a marathon tonight because you were in his stream as well. But he gave me a shout out, so fair play. I did ask him to come into this stream, but he's gone off to watch Netflix and have a beer. Right, let's say hello to everyone. Friday night. Could be 2 hours tonight, Guy. Could be 2 hours. I've got a lot lined up for you tonight. I've got Joke of the Week. I've got the Ladyboy competition. I've got a tribute to the Queen. I've got a Southeast Asia girl competition. The Hooters is gone now because I've run out of pictures. What else have I got? I've got a load of news articles. Got packed out for you tonight. All right, we'll start as we always do. We'll say hi to everyone. Clive, hi. How are you, mate? Nice to see you. Shinria, I seen your question, Shin, on Ed's stream earlier. You asked if anybody had seen a program called, do you know what? I forgot the name of the program, but when you asked it, it clicked that you'd asked me that. I can't remember the program, but I have seen it. I remember it. I do remember it. Yeah. Right. Right. Okay. Crypto Chris, hi. D-Rock, 7977. Okay. Black Boat, hi. Peter, like the thumbnail. I'm guessing you're a leg man. No, I'm a coconuts man. You know that by now. I like the old coconuts. Right. Paul Hoskin, hi. How you doing, mate? Gemini Star, hi. Mark P, good evening. Thailand Bounders here to good. Yeah, okay. Quite a few comments from the same people. Let me get some new ones up here. Leeds, hi. How you doing? Black Bolt, you're saying hi to Gemini Star. Prior 9, Mongers Unite. Right, let's start as we mean to go on. Mongers Unite, he says. Okay. I'll probably get that lady who was in Ed's stream earlier because she came in and she was kind of like a, I don't know what you'd call her really, but she came in and she left a comment on Ed's channel and she said, oh, you're off to Romania to on a sex tourism holiday. I guess you'll be reporting back to all your cronies, meaning us lot, right? But she'll probably write to me now that I put that little clip up there. Right, Danish Bacon, hi, how you doing? Did see you in Ed's stream earlier. Nice to see you again. Let's have a look. Who we got? Dutch Farang, yeah. Red Pill Denmark. Sir, reporting for mongering, sir. Yeah, attention. Damon, how you doing? Saying hi to everyone there. Right, does anybody know where that is behind me? Really easy. Where is that? Where am I? If I was stood there, where would I be stood? You must get this one. So easy. Hey then. Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe beta, if you get my drift. Right. Thank you anyway. To be, not to be. Yes, Peter, time. I'm getting a really terrible I must be the only married man on YouTube who's got this awful reputation of being a monger, but I won't be married much longer, will I? Good news on that front as well. Ivan. Hello, Peter. Hello, fellas. How you doing? Let's have a look. Who we got? Tommy Olmstead, is it? Hello, good evening from Tommy in Sweden. Yeah, hi, how you doing? Seamus Doherty. Usual suspects, isn't it? Nearly 200 in already. I'm looking orange again tonight. Let me just sort that out. I found out how to sort that out now. Let's just get that right down there. Right, I should be less orange in about 30 seconds on my screen. Right. Right, yeah. Who else we got? TGC2450. How you doing? Roger, yeah, I'll be doing a cheers to you. I've got a different beer tonight. They sold out in Oldie. A lot of empty shelves today. Tom Waddington, how you doing? Let's have a look. James Casey, you're a glutton for punishment. You're back again. Good to see you in there, mate. Nice to see you. Bernard Purcell, did we see you in before? Did you sell the house? No, I haven't sold it, but then I kind of took it off the market because what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to be clever clogs now. What I'm trying to do now is, because most of my house is paid for, so what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to remortgage it so that I can take the majority of the money, give it to my wife, and then I can hang on to this asset. So I won't have any money, any equity tied up in it because I'm going to strip it for the equity. But in 10 years' time, I still own the 4-bedroom house. And I was waiting for my mortgage advisor to get back to me, and it's looking good. So I'm having a meeting with her on the phone on Wednesday, and I'll let you guys know next Saturday, but at the moment it's looking promising. But whatever happens, I'm going out to Thailand in August, September. But have you seen the prices of air tickets lately? Right, super chat there, Christian Sec 100. Good evening, thank you very much. Right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to do this only twice today, guys, because I know this could get on your nerves a bit, but you know I've got this new book out now, right? I find it's finally here. I actually got a book. I can't believe it. I've done a little 30-second advert. I'm going to put it up now just to give you the information, because if I talk about it on and on and on, it'll get boring. People think this guy's just selling stuff on here. So obviously I want to try and sell the book. If you buy it, please go onto Amazon and give me a nice write-up. The book was great, something like that. That really helps sales. But let me put this advert up quickly now. I'll do it at the end, and then I won't talk about it anymore. It's just to give you the information, okay? My new book is finally out. I've got it here in my hand. It's available on paperback and Kindle version. Now, although it's called a Kindle version, you can actually download it to any PC or desktop, laptop, that sort of thing, and you can read it straight off whatever you're using. If you prefer the paperback version, as I said, that is now out. I've just received a copy here. There's 30 stories inside. It's retailing at the moment. It's retailing at $4.99 for the downloadable version and $9.99 for the paperback copy. Now there might be some postage on top of that as well, and if you're not in the UK, that currency, the UK will be converted into your currency, so you'll get the local price where you are. So there's 30 stories in this book, Thailand bound. Stories, real tales of love and losses in the land of smiles, and that's actually written by myself with the help of Andrew Hammond, who edited it and proofread it for me. Now, if this goes well, I will bring out a second book. I don't know, I've never had a book out before. This is my first one, very proud of it. So hopefully you guys will either download it or buy it. It's on Amazon, as I said. I'll stick a link in the description, and yeah, thank you in advance if you do buy it. Okay, that's it. I won't mention it again until the end of 2 hours. I'll put that up again just for all the people, because there's people who work, they come in late or they're having dinner. I don't want to keep talking about it because obviously I want to sell books, but you're not here to get advertised to, are you? So I've done it. It's dusted. Let's move on. Right. Let me say hi to some people who've just joined us. Let's have a look. Where are we? Did I say hi to Ryan Sager? Can you say hello to, is it Donna Dorset? She's new and scared. Donna, don't be scared. It's a good place to be on a Friday night. I hope you got a bottle of wine or something. A big hi to Donna Dorset. I want to also, as always, I want to give a shout out to Noel, you know, the blind man. He always listens to the stream. He likes it. So Noel, I know you've been out today. I hope you've had a good day, and I hope you're going to enjoy the stream. Right, and I got a super chat there from Darren Drew. Thank you, Darren. Hi, Peter. Have the book ordered paperback from Amazon. All being well, we'll get it tomorrow. Looking forward to reading it. Thanks, Darren. I appreciate that. Please go in and do a nice review, because the more good reviews I get, the more books I'll sell. I only get a small percentage because Amazon do it all now, and I'm cutting in Andrew as well. So it's not a huge amount of money. I'm not going to suddenly get rich, you know, but it's just a, you know, somebody said do it and I've done it. And we're working on volume 2 right now. Okay, well, let's not talk about the book now. Let's talk about the who's here. Bernie, hi Bernie from Cape Town. Yeah, hi, how you doing, Bernie? Glenn Hendricks, hi, good to see you in again, buddy. Solo Loso, oh my Buddha, big milk. That was a little bit plump, wasn't she? But I'm not, you know, can't complain. I'm waiting for this lady to come in who's slated Ed, who said he was a sex tourist. I'm just wondering if she'll come in here. She should do, shouldn't she? Right, Jay, Asok. No, it's not Asok. I did say like 5 minutes ago, the scene behind me, look, if I turn away, if I move away, you'll get it. Look, where is that? Look, you can't fail to get that. Look, where is that scene? So easy. So easy. Right. Oh, well, I mean, I say it's easy. Oh, no, I think it is easy. I'd recognize it. Right, where Daniel Mills says MBK. It isn't the MBK center. You're going to kick yourself, guys. First right answer comes up. I'll tell you what it is. Damon, congratulations. You get first prize tonight, which is 0, but you got it right. It's the end of Soy 4. It's a junction at Soy 4. So you're looking across the street at Soy 3. The blue sign there is the Nana shopping mall. All right, just a nice backdrop. But I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's sex things up a little bit here. Let's start as we mean to go on. There you go. Right. Banana spreads his wing again. Best looking girl I've ever seen on your thumbnail. Was that the girl at the beginning with the I only put her up there because she had a nice fashionable red bikini on, and I thought you guys would appreciate that. That's why I chose that picture. Right, Tim H. Hello from Somerset, UK. Flying out Tuesday. Can't wait. Somebody just left a message and said, if you talk any more about airfares, I'm going. I'm out. But sorry about that. But I am going to talk a little bit about airfares because obviously anybody who goes out to Thailand, they have to fly out there. There's no other way to get out there. It's 6,000 miles, 12-hour flight from the UK. And okay, so flights are expensive now. I was looking at economy seats this week because, like I said, I want to go out in August. It might even go up more because of the school holidays. I'm waiting for the school holidays to start. And I was finding prices because I'll only go direct now. I won't stop off in the Middle East or, do 22 hours in around the world in 80 days sort of thing. 12 hours, direct flight or nothing. And I'm looking at anywhere between 900 and 1,200 pounds, which is about 1,100 to 1,400, 1,500 US dollars. And do you know what? It's bad because is it double? Yeah, it's nearly double or just about double what I used to pay at 550. But, fuel prices are through the roof. Aviation fuel has doubled. We know that. What can you do? You either don't go or you pay it. If you're going to moan about it, that won't bring the price down. You either say, well, I can afford to pay it and I'm going. I'll cut back somewhere else, or it's not an issue, or don't go. That's the only two decisions. There's no point whinging about it, really. It is what it is, as they say. And if you want to go, you've got to pay it. Maybe people who used to fly business class or economy upgrade, they're in a better position because they can downgrade one. But a poor man like me who was already flying economy, I can't do much cheaper than that unless I stop off in the Middle East and save £100, which I'm not prepared to do. I'm too old in the tooth now. Right, John Reed. Hi from Northampton. You're only about 10 miles away from me, John. Nice to have you in the stream. Kev Mack. Hello, Peter. How are you today? I'm brilliant. I'm looking forward to doing the stream today. I don't know. So, I do this every week, and I did one last Sunday. Some weeks when you do it, it's kind of not like, oh, I've got to do it, but it's kind of like some weeks you're in a better mood than other weeks. And today I'm in a terrific mood. I don't know why. I'm really looking forward to doing this. I just hope I don't go on for more than 2 hours. Right. Okay. Who else we got in? Hey, then again, what are you saying? I have no idea where that is. Usually I'm watching for the holes in the pavement, so I never look up at the buildings. Yeah, well, that's gone now. Look, we've got the nice Hooters girls there. Look at these ones I found. Look, these aren't Thai. These are Japanese, but I thought these are worth a 5-minute display. Look at these girls, look, from Japan. Right. I'll change that in a bit. Right. Ivan again. Yes, airline tickets are very expensive. I paid $200 more for waiting 2 weeks to get the tickets. Well, like I said, Ivan, it is what it is. You can't do nothing about it. It's not like if you go up and start banging the counter, they'll give you a discount. You've got to pay it, haven't you? Another super chat there. Let me just see who that is. Just say hi to Franco. Franco's moderating tonight. He's in the background. There he is, the handsome man. Okay, hi, Damon. Pizza on Sunday, hopefully. Right. Peter Capsuck, is it? Thanks for that. Appreciate that. It's gone straight into the beer fund. Okay, who else we got? We've got James Dudley in the house. Hi, Peter. New to your channel. Love the cartoon animation. Hope Thailand will be okay. Yeah, the animations. I missed out episode 8 on the full movie, the hour. I think I was drinking too much beer that night, but glad you enjoyed them. Paul Shackleton, how are you doing? Yeah, let me just. No, it's not cowboy. It's already. Damon's already come up with the right answer. It's the end of soy 4, so it's a junction soy 3, soy 4. Let me just get the. Let me take that down. Let's see what's happening with the old currencies this week. So there we go. We'll leave that up there for a while. And I just want to say quickly hi to some new members because I always like to see some new members in. Oh, just took the other one off. I'll put that back on. Hi to Citizen Mikey, Mitch's World, and Maurice Muscat. I think that's how it's pronounced. Hopefully you'll watch it on the rerun if you're not in here tonight. Welcome, guys. Right, back to the currencies. And then Junior Bay. Hi, Peter. Just brought your book. Really looking. Oh, I read that already, didn't I? Thank you. You haven't bought 2, have you? Right. Slumber in New York, is it? What's that stand for? Incorporated. Greetings from cold Sweden. 9 degrees C here in June. Flying out in October. Yeah. You know what? Thailand's like the last country in the world to hang on to this. All this Thailand pass and stuff. They're really hanging on to it, aren't they? I'll read a bit of news out for you after this. Let me just say thank you to Angels Cabell, very generous. You do that every week, and I do appreciate it every week. Thank you for that. That's a nice bit of cheddar there, as Damon would say. Okay, right. Taxi Talal says, Flights 660 return 1st of September, 20th September, direct from Heathrow. So who are you flying with, and is it a direct flight? You didn't. Oh, it is direct. You said okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I haven't really sort of scrutinized it big time. I kind of looked at it quickly, but I'm sure when I'm ready to go, I'll look at it a lot more. Daniel Mills says, I think avoiding Russian airspace is now adding extra time onto flights to Thailand and prices. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I'm sick of that. What's going on over there? 100 days now. Can you believe it? Right. TGC 2450. I got 5 tickets from Copenhagen to Bangkok for £17,000 going March 23. But that's a long way off, isn't it? What's that per person? What do you say? 1,700 divided into 5. That's really cheap. £340. But then you're a little bit nearer than we are, because it's an hour over to Copenhagen from London, isn't it? Around that. Okay. Right. How many we got in now? Nearly 300. Right. When I was watching Ed's stream before my stream, he did a lot of talking about the Jubilee, and there was a bit of a question and answer about not question and answer, but he talked for quite a while about what's going on with the Queen and everything. So I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do, just to show a bit of respect, because I do think the Queen's brilliant, I'm going to just read out a few facts about her, and then I'm going to put her picture up. There she is there. Not that she'd watched Thailand Bound, but I'm just going to say congratulations to Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II on reaching her Platinum Jubilee, because it's quite a feat. I respect the Queen. She's about the only one in the royal family I do respect. Maybe Kate Middleton and Prince William as well. They're not too bad, but people like Prince Andrew and Carrot Head, not at all. But it's the Queen Elizabeth II. She's marked her 70th year on the throne. No British king or queen has reached the landmark before Elizabeth. 96. She's 96 years old. Is also the world's longest reigning living monarch. She ascended the throne on February the 6th, 1952, at the age of 25 after the death of her father, King George VI, 56. In 2015, she broke the record for the United Kingdom's longest reigning monarch, which had been held by her great-grandmother, Victoria, who was queen for 63 years and 216 days. To achieve the Platinum Jubilee landmark, a monarch must be crowned at a young age, which means Elizabeth's feat is unlikely to be beaten for many decades to come, if at all. Prince Charles, the next in line to the throne, is now 73. So, yeah, once again, congratulations to Her Royal Highness. Well done for that. I mean, I know she's not going to watch this, but, mark of respect and all that. I mean, I was watching, I was watching some of the Jubilee celebrations. I'm not really a royalist. I don't sit and watch it, but sometimes you can't help but catching it. But the bit I caught tonight, I just happened to sit down when the news was on before I took Benji out for his walk, and it was in the church, a cathedral, and the camera was going on Prince Charles and Camilla. He looked pissed off. He looked like he didn't want to be there. He looked like a right miserable git. He really did. Right. Okay. So let's. We've done our tribute to Her Majesty. Let's get that over there, and let's carry on with the stream. Right. This isn't Japanese bound, so let's get rid of that, and let's do a bar scene for a while down in Pattaya. Right. Bazwuki Yana 97. I don't know how to say that. Got Thai 29 December for 4 weeks, 724 hours. Yeah, okay. I mean, if you can get under, I think if you can get around between 600 and 800 pounds, you're not doing too badly now from the UK. Ivan, true. I paid $1,400 for a 10-day trip, 7 in Bangkok. It was either that or not going at all. My schedule is not flexible. I remember once about 3 years ago, I had a massive row with my wife. Massive. I didn't beat her up or anything. I don't do that. But I had a massive row with her. And I got on the phone to my friend Simon. And he says, look, just come over here. Because I wasn't doing the school run at the time. He says, just come over. And I said, yeah, you're right. I went to buy a ticket. And at that time, I was paying about £500 Eva Air or Thai Airways. It came up £1,700 economy. I don't know why it was so expensive. And I phoned him out. I said, I'm not going. It's a horrendous price. And he said, look, save your marriage, just pay it and get on. Well, I did it, but it hasn't saved my marriage, has it? You just pay. You got to pay what you got to pay. Mac, I prefer Japanese girls. Yeah, some of them are very. Any Asian girls are quite nice. Got a nice competition lined up for you later tonight, guys. It's not Hooters. It's ladies from around Southeast Asia. That will be the first time I do this because I actually ran out of pictures on the other one. Okay, let me just do 1 or 2 serious stories before we get into the fun stuff. Let me just tell you what's going on. Oh, hot tonight. Okay, so I've got a photograph of this. Let me just stick this. We'll do a couple of stories and then we'll move on, as I say, to some of the fun stuff. All right, let me put this up and I'll read this story out. Okay, so Pattaya police inspect walking street entertainment venues on the first day of reopening to remind operators about the rule. A troop of police officers led by the deputy commander were seen patrolling Walking Street and visiting each active entertainment place to remind the owners and employee to obey the rules set by the Centre for CCSA. Some of the rules included closing hours at midnight sharp, avoiding sharing containers, administrating an ATK test to staff, a crime prevention license. This is the best one, and totally avoiding violent encounters with tourists. The police also reiterated that all operators must close their venues at midnight. Okay, I like the bit about not to get violent with foreigners. I guess that goes down to when you see the doorman beating up, some drunk guy at the end of the night. Mind you, a lot of them do sort of bring it on themselves, don't they? Let me do. Was that a super chat there? Did I do make that? I don't like to miss out putting up the super chats. No. Angels could have done that one. Right, let me do another story. So this one's in Phuket. So it's about the face masks, because there's nothing worse than walking through Bangkok at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You've got to wear a face mask. It's actually stifling, and this story says, I got this from the Tiger. It's easy come, easy go. The Phuket governor today revised yesterday's mask wearing easing order, insisting people must wear a mask in all public places, even if they are practicing social distancing measures. Only yesterday, the governor relaxed all measures, saying healthy people could take off their face masks while in open places, beaches, public parks and stadiums, as part of further easing COVID-19 restrictions. But late last night, Narang cancelled the order, allowing relaxed outdoor usage of masks at places such as beaches, parks. The new order states you must still wear a mask in all public places, especially in closed areas with no airflow and when joining activities with many people. And just the last one on the serious stuff for a minute. Monkeypox has now been classified in Thailand as a communicable disease, can't get that word up, that requires close surveillance, monkeypox. Screening measures have been raised to stem the possible spread of the viral disease, even though not a single case has been detected in the country so far. The Ministry of Public Health said, there you go, they love it, don't they? But they really are going to be the last in the world to end all these rules. Everyone else has kind of knocked it on the head now. We're learning to live with it, but not good old Thailand. They'll bring one rule out today and it's something out tomorrow. Okay, to be, not to be, Steady Eddie Travels Scoot. Yeah, for me, Scoot are the subsidiary. They're a new brand of Singapore Airlines. They're like their budget airline, but you don't get any free food on board. They do allow, I think it's up to 40 kilos of luggage. So when I move out there, that might be worth suffering for, because I have to go to Gatwick, which is they fly out of Gatwick. So I normally fly out of Heathrow. Gatwick would be another hour for me. My daughter will drop me off at the airport, but it might be, she's only got a little Polo. Would I get 40 kilos of luggage in a Polo? But the point is, it's budget. There's no free food. I think the seats are quite tight together. It's real basic stuff. It is, the actual flight itself is cheap, very cheap, under £300. The luggage is good, but for me to get to Gatwick, it's a bit of a pain. But you know what? If I'm moving out there and I can take 40 kilos and suffer it once, why not? Why not? Can do it once, right? Smiling McGee, how you doing? Prices now are pretty expensive. Looking to go in November, and prices then look about £500. Yeah, well, of course, the later on you book, probably the cheaper it'll be. The problem is during the school holidays, the prices go through the roof, even though it's low season. As far as, high season is kind of like November through to about February, because it's cooler, isn't it? And you've got Christmas and everything. But the problem is, when I'm going out there in August, September, hopefully, it's going to be very, very hot. But I don't mind that. I've been out there while it was hot. I don't mind. I can put up with the heat. But with the school holidays and everything, it's going to push prices up, because Thais who work here or live here or married here, they want to go back and see their parents. They've got young children and they can't take them out of school. So that pushes prices up. So probably going to be on the flight with a lot of screaming kids when I go back. But hey ho. Right. Rob, how you doing, mate? Evening, Peter. Have fun this evening. Yeah, we try. Tim, are you far from Kettering? I'm actually in Kettering, Tim. The most boring town in the UK, I think, Kettering. Right, Darcy. Got November for 615, Dublin, Bangkok return. Yeah, okay, good. Right, Franco. Evening D-Rock. Okay. Daniel Mills, I think avoiding Russian. Oh, I read that. Let me go get some of the newer comments. I'm about half an hour behind here. If I miss your comment, guys, same line. I'm not doing it on purpose. They're just coming in real fast. Taxi to Lao. Peter V. Hi now. Peter has pent up demand and summer holidays looking much better after August. Yeah, but you know what? I'm one of those guys. When I want to go, I go. I don't think, well, I'm going to save £150 if I leave it a month. I make my schedule and I think, right, I want to go there at this time, and then I look for flights, and whatever it is, I'll pay it. I'll just cut back in other areas. You know, I'm not going to sort of go when I don't really want to go because I, you know, to save £100. Right. Gemini says that's Thai Airways. All right. El Terrifical says the Queen is a big Thailand bound fan. Yeah, she'd probably fall off her throne if she watched this channel. Right. Yeah, I'll just put that up there. Absolutely, Clive. I mean, I suppose a lot of people who watch this stream around the world, not necessarily live like now, because, you know, we're on a totally different time scale. I know, because we've got numbers on, we can see how many people have watched these streams. And when I go to bed, the stream, when it's finished, I've probably had about 600-700 people watch it. By the time I go to bed a couple of hours later, maybe 1,000, 1,200 watched it. Well, when I wake up in the morning, over 2,000 have watched it. And then after a week's probably 5,000, 6,000 people have watched it. And I'm guessing people from around the world who are not from the UK, I suppose some people struggle to find what it is about, you know, our respect for the monarchy, the Queen, the Queen anyway. And I suppose it's a very English thing, isn't it? We do have people who are against the monarchy in this country. They'd rather we were just a republic and we didn't have a figurehead. Maybe it will go that way one day, but we'll see. Right. I did say I wouldn't talk about all that. Guns and Pleb, new to your channel, but have been watching every day for a couple of weeks and plan to go to Thailand after I'm done with college in a couple of months. So I guess you're a fairly young guy. Good to have you on the stream. That's good. Is there any women out there tonight? Sometimes we'll get the odd girl in. I haven't spotted anybody tonight. Canary spreads his wings. Some people getting good prices, just not looking in the right place. Give us a few tips, Canary spreads your wings. Go on, tell us some places to look, and I'll put it up. We can all have a look there. Right. Yeah. Is that Tiro? Oh, you're talking to someone else again. Okay. Right. McLaren F1. Chris W. Thailand has never been British, mate. All right. Yeah, I'm sure Prince Andrew watches a lot more than YouTube. Okay, I wonder how they get on for that. I wonder if they've got special. I wonder if they can kind of watch all that naughty stuff and not be discovered. I'm sure if there's a way, Prince Andrew will be at it. Okay. We won't talk about these flights all night. We'll just get a few more of the comments now. Lou says, seen flights 570 from Glasgow. Yeah, but that you'll have to stop off in the Middle East for that, because there's no direct flights, is there, from Glasgow? Unless I know some people, what they'll do, they'll take the train down to Heathrow just to get the direct flight. Let me just put, I know you don't like these, I say this every week. The numbers are coming right down now, guys. There's the numbers as reported by the Bangkok Post today. Last week, 4,837. The week before, 6,500. This week's just under 3,000. If it carries on like this, it'll be down to nothing soon. So that's good news, and hopefully, hopefully they'll get rid of this Thailand pass, because it's starting to get on my nerves now. Right. Christian. Rainstorm, is it? Thai Airways direct with business class with foie gras and yeah, okay. All right, you rub our noses in it. Okay, Marky Mark, hi. Where's your comment? I just had it there. Right. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. How many's in? 366. I got 63 likes. Come on, you miserable gits. Give me a like. Just press the button. Right. Jeff, you're a very generous man. Let me say hi to you. Thank you very much. Cheers. Something for the beverage fund. Shall I have one now? Or is it too early? I'm going to have one now. Sod it. I'm on a different one tonight. I got this from Aldi. It's £3.20. It's £3.25 for 4 cans, and it's 4.8%. It's not bad. Actually, my Sprite's not cold. I'll give it another 10 minutes. I forgot to put the Sprite in the freezer, so I've got a block of ice in there. I'll give it another 15 minutes. Yeah, Jeff, thank you very much for that. Very kind of you. Okay, are we, while I'm still sober, let's, okay, let me put this up. This is a sad case for the go-go dancer, the go-go girl. You might have heard about this before, but there is a result now, and I've got a picture to show you, and I'll read the story out. I will talk about it afterwards if I can find the picture. Right, here we go. Right. A Thai court on Tuesday convicted a British man of the 2014 murder of a woman whose dismembered body was found in a suitcase dumped in a river. Shane Kenneth Looker was given an 8-year prison sentence for killing 27-year-old sex worker Laxmi Manochat in a hotel room and disposing of her body. Police said the 51-year-old had been photographed with Laxmi, nicknamed Puk, leaving a Bangkok go-go bar on November the 1st, 2014, before the pair were seen entering a hotel together. Only Looker was seen leaving the premises with a bellboy reporting his large bag was so heavy it took 2 people to carry it, and a hotel cleaner saying the room's bed sheets were blood-stained. The defendant was found guilty of charges and sentenced to 16 years in jail, but due to his confession, the court reduced his sentence by half to 8 years without a suspended jail term. An official at the court said Looker was ordered to pay compensation of just under 10 million baht, $300,000 plus interest to Laxmi's mother, as well as 2 million baht plus interest to the murdered woman's daughter, another court official said. So, you know, what a scumbag that guy is. He's obviously gone out. He's drank a little. We've all done it. Drank too much. He's gone out. He's drank too much. He's gone into Nana. He's picked up a go-go bar. Presume it's Nana. He's had some kind of a altercation with her in the room, and he strangled to death or stabbed her or something. I don't know how he killed her, but that poor girl. You know what? You know, I know we joke about the bar girls and we say things, but you know, they have a tough life, and I just hope he doesn't make it out of jail. You know, it's a Thai prison. They're going to know what he did. I just hope they do to him what he did to that poor girl. Right. Andrew Hammond. Right. I was actually going to mention you, Andrew. Watching the stream while waiting for my flight out of the UK. A good amount of people in tonight. Yeah, nearly 400 in, Andrew. So Andrew is on his way to Turkey. He's got 2 weeks off work. He's doing the traveling bit, and he's going to be filming every day. And those videos will go up on Andrew's channel, which I forgot the name of again. Let me just see if I've got it in, because you sent me the name of it earlier, but we had a lot of text, so it's probably lost in the text. No, I've lost it. Send it again, Andrew. I'll tell everybody what it is. You've written something about Vietnamese dong here. I'm sure that wasn't it. One more quick look. No, I can't find it. All right, send it again, Andrew. But Andrew's actually traveling tonight. You're off to Turkey, so at least you got something to watch while you're in the airport. Darcy, I'm Irish, but I was impressed when the Queen came to Ireland and spoke Irish at a function. She showed a lot of class and respect. Do you know what? I was actually surprised as well, because I watched a bit of news tonight, and in the 80s, or was it the 90s? I can't remember, so don't correct me on the date. I really don't remember. But she went to a mosque. She was the first of any royal family. She was the first royal family to ever visit a mosque. And they interviewed the imam at the mosque. You know, he's like the head guy of the mosque, like the priest for the Catholic Church. And he said, you know, it was at the time when there was a lot of troubles going on. A lot of people were anti-Muslim. And he said, when the Queen visited us, he said it actually meant a lot to us, because it made us feel that we're British. We really are British. And the fact that the Queen came to our mosque and spoke to us made us feel great. So yeah, she's done a great job. Who can say anything bad about the Queen? Some idiot will probably say something. Right, Raul X Gaming. Japan now wearing some open mast shields. Again, saw a couple girls wearing some. Okay, I've never actually been to Japan. I'd love to go, but I think it's quite expensive, isn't it? And the living accommodation is quite. They have some very small apartments, don't they? Because it's accommodation is expensive and hard to find, apparently. Right, Chugsy, the UK fast tracks a vaccine to tackle the biological attack. We need to give them all credit for that. Yeah, I'm actually, you know, before I go to Thailand, I'm actually going to. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to make a video about some of the things I'll miss about the UK, because the UK is not all bad, is it? I mean, I was talking with somebody tonight about things that you might miss. And when you've been away for a lot of years, I've been away for a lot of years. I've come back, I've gone away for years again. And you miss things you'd never dream of. You never think about them. But when you're away, for instance, I'll give you for instance. Now, when you're away for 5-10 years, you come back to the UK and it's spring and somebody's cutting their grass for the first time in the season. You smell that fresh grass. It's like, you know, it brings, it's like, yeah, I'm in England again. And things like when somebody burns a log fire in the autumn, you know, when they first start lighting the fires again, you smell that real smell. Things like that. The thing that hit me when I was away for a lot of years and I came back and I was somebody was taxi from Heathrow up to Northamptonshire. The thing that hit me is just how green the UK is, because you spend time in Thailand. Yeah, they've got greenery, but it's lush vegetation here because we get so much rain. The climate's good for vegetation. And you come up the motorway and you don't realize when you're away, you come back and you think, you know, this country is so lush with vegetation and green. And you don't, you know, there's a lot of things you don't think about when you're away that hits you when you come back. All right. John Hobson. Some places with low baggage, cheaper, good flights, Skyscanner or good shit. I tend to check Agoda or Skyscanner. Yeah, they're okay as well. Arthur Hay, for some of you thinking of moving to Thailand, please not forget your UK pension is not the same in Thailand. Come on, Arthur, don't be on a downer, mate. I'll tell you, I've got to the bottom of this. A couple of weeks ago, somebody left comments similar to yours, but what they said was, oh, you know, when you're out of the UK for 2 weeks, you lose your pension. And it isn't true. You don't lose your pension. What happens? You lose the increases because you live in overseas. There's no agreement with the UK between the Thai government and the UK government. There's no agreement. And for that reason, you still get a pension. You don't lose your pension. You know, it's your pension. You paid in it. You've paid into it all your life. It's your right to have it. But if you're living overseas, you don't get the increases. But you know what, guys? The increases are so pathetic that are you going to notice it? What is it? £10 every 3 years or something? So, yeah. Okay, Arthur, thanks for the information. But I'm trying to stay on a positive tonight. Okay. Right. Bend over. Now, I've seen that name before. God save the stream. Bend over. Great channel called Pleasant Green. He catches out all the scammers in Nigeria and stuff, and he calls himself Bend Over on his stream. So there you go, small world there. Right. Okay, let's get down to some of the new ones. Captain Kirk. Eva Air is cheap, but no customer service to manage your booking if needed. Yeah, I mean, they're okay. I've flown a lot of flights with Eva Air. I've never had a problem. I tell you what, I had one interesting flight that was really strange. On Eva Air, what they do is, let me just tuck this mic out the way, it's getting on my nerves. You know, you have your evening meal, but it's a long flight, isn't it? It's a long time between they serve the evening meal about an hour and a half after you've taken off, so say 10:30 UK time, and you get the breakfast probably about 5 a.m. 2 hours before you land, they start doing the service. I get very hungry in the middle of the night. I'll go to sleep because I've been drinking. I fall asleep. I wake up very hungry. So you go in the back into the galley. And there was one flight I was on, and they had 2 trays of kind of cheese rolls, ham rolls and cheese rolls. But they're only little rolls like that. And I said, I'm hungry. Can I have one? Yeah, help yourself. So I stood there, but I didn't go back to my seat because it's economy. I wanted to stand up for a while. Took an orange juice off the side there. They're all yakking with each other. Taiwanese girls, Chinese girls. And I ate the sandwich. Well, that's quite nice. So I took another one up, and she grabbed my wrist. And she took let go, took the sandwich out of my hand, put it back on the tray, and said to me very sternly, "There for everybody." And I was like, I felt like a naughty schoolboy, you know. I've never come across that before. Still brings a smile to my face. Right, Paul. Fellas, fake Stella, you'll beat up yourself instead of your wife. All right. Solo Loso. Kronenberg is on a special in Sainsbury's. Yeah, I do like the Kronenberg, but it's kind of what I tend to do. I don't tend to go do a big. My wife does a big supermarket shop, and I tend to be a bit lazy. So if I want some beers, I'll nip to the co-op. Actually, I'm gonna have a beer now. I'll nip to the co-op, and the co-op's very convenient. But the problem is it's overpriced, and for 4 of the Kronenbergs, I'll pay about £4.25, and they're only this size. They're 440 millilitres. Well, this is quite a nice beer from Aldi, and this is £3.25 for 4. Well, I'm actually not drinking. Look, I'm not drinking beer. I'll tell you what it is. I've started this diet. I'm on a. I tried to do a keto diet, but it doesn't work for me because I can't find enough you don't eat any carbs, and I can't come up with enough meals. So what I've done, let me just take that down. So what I've done, I've decided instead to go on I've cut out beer. I'm only having beer on a Friday night because I can't do the stream, and I'm drinking white wine if I want to drink. And I can't drink white wine on the stream. I'll get probably drunk because I'll be here for 2 hours. You know, I drink it for half an hour before I go to bed. So I said to myself, right, I'm doing intermittent fasting. I don't eat anything until 5:30. So I've had 2 days now where I don't eat nothing, and then I have a normal dinner, and then that's it. I might have a bit of fruit in the evening, but I've given up the beer because you put a lot of weight on. But I'm treating myself on a Friday. I might stretch it to a Saturday, but definitely in the week, no. So anyway, cheers. Here we go. Oh, that's a really good beer. I haven't had that before. Have I? Right. Okay. Right, nearly 400ing. Let's say hi to everyone else. I've got loads to get through tonight, guys. Let me just see, because I don't want to lose this. Okay, let's do a bit of serious news again. I'll just get these out of the way. The title of this one is Arrivals Expected to Hit 1 million per month by October in Thailand. Scrapping the test and go scheme has been a blessing for the Thai tourism industry, with some 20,000 foreigners landing in the country daily. A government spokesman said that judging by the uptrend, the government now expects at least 500,000 tourist arrivals every month during the low season from May to September, mostly from countries nearby. He added that the arrivals should more than double during the high season from October to December. Thailand is a great gateway for people from Europe and the US during the winter month. The spokesman went on to say that the government expects the Chinese tourists to start returning soon. So there's something to look forward to, isn't it? The Chinese returning soon. Okay, well, it does, all serious now, though. It does seem to be getting back to somewhere near normal, but I just wish they'd drop this bloody Thailand pass. I mean, they're hanging on to it. They just don't want to seem to let it go. As I said, everybody everywhere else in the world is getting on with it now. But let's see what happens next month. Right, Tilt, how are you doing from the Isle of Man? In Britain, when you turn 100, you get a letter from the Queen, and when you turn 16, you get a text from Prince Sixes, isn't it? From Prince Andrew, yeah. Okay. Dutch Farang, okay. Right, Dave Painter, I haven't said anything. I haven't had your comments yet. It's all about calories. If you are in a calorie deficit, you will lose weight. It's as simple as that. There is some other angles to it as well, though, because you've got to remember exercise is very important. I walk between 3 and 5 miles every day, quite briskly. So I'm probably burning 2 to 250 calories per walk. I do it twice a day, so there's 500 calories. So if my intake's 1,500 calories, but I then burn off 5 on a walk, then I've taken 1,000. You are right, but you have to look at everything in the picture. Right. Richard, thank you for that. That's very kind of you. Another super chat there. How do I pronounce that? Richard Paulak, is it? Looking very cool there with the shades on. But thank you very much for that. Right. Okay. Alex, what you say? Laugh out loud. Chinese won't be returning back anytime soon. If you look at the news in China, they stop everybody from leaving. Well, this is what Thailand has said, not me. Right. Dutch Frank, it's a disgrace of the. Okay, I better not read that out. Okay. Right. We're well into it now. 45 minutes in. Let's do some fun. Do you remember last year we were talking about the old TV adverts, weren't we? Do you remember? I was doing the last couple of weeks. I've done the monkey, the PG Chips adverts, and I'm going to do for you tonight the. Do you remember the high karate aftershave? Now I found out they did some of these in America, exactly the same format. Now I don't know if the Americans copied the English version or the English copied the Americans, or it was a company decision to do the same advert in both countries. So I might try and get some of the American ones for next week. But these karate videos featured a very sexy lady of the day called Valerie Leon. She was very big in the 70s. She starred in all the, she was in a lot of the Carry On films. She was in a lot of the Hammer horror films. You know, she played Bride of Dracula, them sort of parts, those roles. And she was very big in the day. Valerie, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I think it's Leon or not Lion, Leon, Valerie Leon. But anyway, she's in these next three. They're dated now, but let's have a spin of these, see what you think of these.
This man has used just a little too much of a new aftershave called High Karate. High Karate is a cool, soothing lotion. Drives women wild, makes men irresistible. That's why every pack of high karate contains indispensable instructions on self-defense. Be careful how you use it.
This is high karate aftershave. If a man uses too much, he's asking for trouble, and usually finds it. Because just one whiff drives women wild. Makes men irresistible. Fortunately, every pack of high karate contains indispensable instruction on self-defense. High karate aftershave. Be careful how you use it.
This is high karate, and this unsuspecting girl is about to catch its irresistible scent. The high karate scent that can turn a usually docile woman into a ravenous creature.
Look at me!
A scent so irresistible that every pack of high karate carries essential instructions on self-defense. High karate aftershave. Be careful how you use it.
I might do the milk tray ones next week. Do you remember the lady loves milk tray? Like, I dig up some of these old adverts. If there's any you'd like to see, let me know. I don't think they'd get away with it nowadays. Somebody would sue them. They'd say, well, I bought this bottle of Old Spice. I put it on and I went into my local ladies guild and nobody attacked me. Women were not ravishing me. So, you know, it was a bit of a con. They wouldn't get away with it. Right, let me answer this question, but I'll say thank you first from, is it Bots? $20 there. Thank you for that. Right. How is Thailand in the rainy season? I was looking at August until I found out that it's peak rainy season. I wouldn't worry about it in August. What you'll find with the rain in Thailand is pretty kind of what I always find is around August it does rain a lot, but it's very sporadic and short. So what will happen? You'll be 5:30, 6 o'clock. The skies will open up. It'll be torrential rain for half an hour. Then that's it. It's very sporadic around that sort of time. When you get to October, it goes on for longer periods and it's more predictable. So I wouldn't worry about the rain too much in August. You know, you're going to be indoors most of the time anyway, aren't you? And when it rains, like I say, in August, that sort of time of year, it's very sporadic, very short. If there's a hell of a downpour, then it's gone for the rest of the evening. So I certainly wouldn't cancel a trip because of the rain. And once again, thank you for the super chat. Right, Owen, I've lost you. Where are you? I've lost you. Sorry. Put it up again, Owen. I was going to read your comment out and it's gone. Let me just go back up so you can find it. No, it's gone. Is that it? Owen, there. Is that it? That one? Yeah. Canary Islands is counted as Spain, Dutch, even. No, okay, a little bit cryptic there. Duns and pleb again. What are the drinking laws in Thailand? I'm 18 years old. Related? No, I hated they legalize marijuana. Listen, stay away from marijuana. I'm not a fuddy-duddy. I'm not an old dinosaur. As far as drinking goes, you won't get turned away. I don't know where you're going in Thailand. I'm pretty sure the drinking law is 18. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. It's either 18 or 21. I think it's 18. Now, if you're in a place like Pattaya and you're going all the beer bars, go-go bars, I'd be very surprised if anybody stops you drinking. So I wouldn't worry about that. But listen, mate, honestly, I know where you are. You're probably thinking, well, the odd spliff, it's not a big deal. In Thailand, it's a really big deal. You get caught just even with a joint, you'll get put into prison. And it's not, you know, prison is not like it is in the UK, 3 squares a day in a bunk bed, you know, and cigarettes. You know, you'll be laying on a concrete floor, locked up in a room with 30 others, no air conditioning, rats running around, cockroaches running over at night. Do not, I repeat, do not go for any drugs, even marijuana, even a single spliff, right? And if somebody offers you it, it could be the police trying to entrap you. It happens very often. Stay well clear. I don't want to sound like your dad, but honestly, I mean it. Do not touch drugs in Thailand. If you can't have a holiday without having the odd spliff, don't go to Thailand. Go to Ibiza. Go to Spain. Go somewhere else. Go to Scotland, but do not go to Thailand. Okay, Alex. Yeah, I know you meant this. I know you meant Thais thinking Chinese will return, but that won't happen. The regime is closing up, forbidding English books, teaching of English. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? They seem to be taking 10 steps backwards. Yeah. Oh, wow. Over 400 in now. If you've just joined us, welcome, guys. Right. Gary B71, Peter, you need to get the Cinzano ads with Leonard Roster and John Collins. We did them about a year ago. I can do them again. They're the classic that stands out was where they're on Concorde and he knocks the seat down and John Collins goes down. He said, "Oh, you having a rest, are you, sweetie?" Leonard Roster, really, classic actor. Right. Canary Sprague's Wings says Valerie Leon is still hot. Is she still alive? I didn't know she was still alive. I haven't seen any pictures of her now. The one I used to like, she was in a lot of the old black and white films. I wish I could remember her name. I can't remember her name, so it's not worth even trying to go there. Omar Bletchfield says, yeah, classic beauty. She was in a lot of TV in the 70s. It was very big. Right. Surgeon Roots, is it? Haha. The milk tray ads remind me of James Bond. Finally thought I would say hi and hope to send you a story one day. Yeah, send away. I always appreciate a good story. Somebody wrote to me again in the week, the stories, I read them out. They're your stories. They're not my stories. I don't make them up. Somebody said to me, if you run out of stories, just make them up. Nobody will know. And I said, well, oh no, I'm not making them up. And somebody wrote to me and said, I don't like some of the endings. Can you make them a bit more nicer? Or can you make them a bit more of a crash and burn? I'm like, no, they're true stories. I'm not changing them. I mean, I'll take out swear words and edit them and condense them down if they go on a bit, but I'm not going to change them. You imagine you're a guy and you send a story to me and you're listening to it, you're enjoying listening to it for about 20 minutes. You get to the end and you think, oh, this is a bit where she jumps off the balcony. and then I say, then we got married in a church and we lived happily ever after. You'd be gutted, wouldn't you? Right. To be or not to be, Old Spice for me. I don't know if you can get a bottle of Old Spice anymore. It was when I was a kid, it moved on from, no, it was Brute with Tommy Cooper. Do you remember him? Tommy Cooper, the Brute. And then when I was in the 80s, I was wearing Blue Stratos. Do you remember Blue Stratos? Jesus. Right. Yaz Travels, how you doing? The dry season this year was very, very wet. Yeah, global warming, I think they call it. Charlie Stewart. When I went, as a lovely lady again, when I went Thailand for 2 weeks, it only rained twice, once for 3 days, second time for 5 days. All right. Prior 9. What happened? What Muppet travels to Thailand with everything they have had to have? What Muppet travels to Thailand with everything they have and have to have some weeds? Seriously. He's a young guy. I mean, he doesn't know, does he? He's probably not been to Thailand before and just thinks, it's not. Here, for instance, a spliff. I don't think the police would even stop you. So I don't think it's a case of him being a Muppet. He's a young guy and he's got a lot to learn. Probably, if he's sensible, he'll listen to what I've just said to him. But I do get your point. There is a lot more on offer in Thailand than drugs. Chugsy, we need the train wreck stories for the newbies as a reminder. That's another good excuse to do that. Amazon. There we go. Do that again at the end. Right. Is it time for a competition yet? A bit early. Not yet. Let's have another drink. Oh, that's gone down really well tonight because I haven't had a beer for 3-4 days now. Dave Palmer. Oh, you're talking to someone else, right? There's a new one for me. Ski Delancey, is it, or Delancey? Hi, do you know anything about Thai ladies trying to get men to trade in crypto and CoinGate came out? Sure, it's a scam. Yeah. There's a lot of it. What they do, they've got the Chinese do it a lot as well. What they do, they do it in Laos, so they don't, and the Thais as well. They cross the border because the penalties are very strong. Because the Thai government, if even Thais, if they're scamming other Thais, they come down on them really hard. So what they do is they cross the border into somewhere like Laos, and they do it from there. And they set up call centers, and what they do, you'll get a pretty girl, send you a picture, and she'll get talking to you on WhatsApp or line, and within 10 minutes, there's a great video on this. It's the guy who does the I can never pronounce his name. Serpentin, is it? He does the Chinese. He was in China for a long time as a teacher, businessman, speaks perfect Chinese, and he did a video called. The lady's name was Buttercup, but she was one of these scammers, Bitcoin scammers. And what they do, they come on, they pretend to be your friend, and then they'll say, I know a lot about Bitcoin trading. And it doesn't matter what you talk about. They try and bring you in and they'll say, oh, I can teach you how to do Bitcoin mining or trading tonight. Let's hook up. And how much do you want to start? And it's just a scam. You'll never see your money again. You do not give money away to people you meet online. You just don't do it. You're going to get scammed. There's so many scams out now. Just go and watch a few YouTube videos about how to get caught out with scams or not. I'm surprised you're even considering it if you are, because it's so widespread now. Okay, yours travels. It's because weed is virtually legal all over the USA, some of Europe, and in the UK is first frowned upon it. Vaping is better than it doesn't stick. Yeah, you're right, yours. I mean, in the UK now, and I'm not just saying this, I don't think the police would even waste their time. If somebody, what they go after is the drug dealers, okay? And they rely on intelligence. They don't go out and kind of look for them. It's all intelligence based, and then they work from the intelligence. But really, honestly, I really mean this. If they know that the guy sitting in his bedroom by himself, he buys a little bit of weed and he spliffs up a couple of joints twice a week, they wouldn't even go around and see him. They're too busy. Right. Okay, let's do something completely different. As I said, I'll just put them up for a while again. Help if I got the comment off. Right, okay. Have we got any? What else we got here? Oh, this is quite sad. I've got a photograph of this. I'll put this photograph up as well. The way some of these people treat these poor Thai girls, they really do. Right, let me put this up. Let me take the currencies off, and I'll read you the story. Right, there you go. Okay, so, right. A Thai woman has reportedly died in Oman after being thrown from the 4th floor of an apartment building by her husband during an argument. I mean, I'm leaving my wife and I don't throw her out the 4th floor window. The victim was identified as Suparat Parwal, 30, from Sakon Nakhon. According to the Minister for Labour Affairs at the Royal Thai Embassy in Abu Dhabi, Suparat entered Oman on a tourist visa but worked as a masseur at a Thai massage parlor in the Middle Eastern country. It was said she had moved to Oman in order to support her mentally ill father and 2 children who lived in Thailand. According to the Department of Employment, there are 112 Thais currently working in Oman. The majority of them are employed in massage parlors, construction business, and restaurants. The average incomes range from 30,000 to 60,000 baht a month, and I got that one from the Bangkok Post. But isn't that sad? Let me get rid of that picture, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, I don't have a bleeding heart. I'm not a white knight, but some of the things these girls go through, you know, it said in the article, you know, she's taking care of a sick father and she's got a child, and this guy has an art. He throws her out the window. I mean, what sort of a maniac throws his wife out of the window? You know, there's a door there. Just pick up what you can and go. Do you know what I used to do? When I used to argue with my wife, we had some bitter arguments, but the good thing about myself and my wife, it's forgotten about really quickly. So once we separate, and I do something and come back, it's like we never had an argument. We just talk like normal. But what I used to do, what used to really wind her up, we'd be having a massive row, and I'd just pick the lead up, put it on the dog, and go for a walk and come back. And if she tried to take the dog off the lead, and if she tried to carry on, I'd just say, "Come on, Benji, we're going again." And I'd hook him up and I'd go again. She got fed up of it, you know, because it's very frustrating. Asian women, they want to argue sometimes. And when you just don't give them anything to respond to, you just hook up the dog and go. It goes, like I keep saying, a fart in the wind, you know. So good tip there. Right, okay, let's do something else now. Let's see what's happening in the comments. Should we do a competition? Let's see what we got for you. Got so much here today. Let's do some funny images. And that is why we love Southeast Asia. Okay, some funny pictures there. Right, let's get back into this comments now. Chugsy, better than saying Limo Bravo. Okay. Right, Chugsy, poor shocks and bearings on those bikes, yeah. Guns and plebs again. I'm only 18 and do not plan on going to Thailand for the marriage. How do you say it? Marijuana? Right. So I'm only 18 and I'm not planning to go to Thailand for the marijuana. Good decision. Just thought it would be cool smoking on the beach. Well, I'm not going to go into another lecture, and you know, I'm glad you came on here, and I really hope you listen to me. Well, you can't ask anybody in the stream, but all these guys in here, I can guarantee you, I'd lay money on it. If you went to every guy in this stream and said, should I have a joint when I go to Thailand on the beach? You see, the problem is, it's not like where you come from, where you're just having a joint. It's not a big deal. It is a big deal in Thailand. And what happens, you're a money machine. When you're in Thailand, you're a foreigner, right? So you're seen as an easy target. So what I've seen several times actually, is I've seen people coming out of Nana Plaza, or they're walking off Walking Street. Someone goes up to them and says, do you want to buy some Coke? They're like, yeah, I'm having a good night. I'll have some Coke. They buy the Coke. They radio their mate at the end, their friend, who's another policeman. Bang, 200,000 baht, 400,000 baht. You do the maths, okay? Forget the spliff on the beach. You don't need it. Get a nice girl. Get a bottle of Jack Daniels. Sit on the beach with a girl your age and a bottle of Jack Daniels. Watch a sunset or something. But don't take them spliffs. Honestly, I won't mention it again now. Right, Mazza. Thailand and drugs don't go together. See, everybody's saying the same thing. It's not just me. Definitely avoid marijuana in Thailand. All drugs, right? Spicy roads. Risks versus penalty. Not worth it when the penalty could be years in jail. Yeah, but the thing is, it's not just the penalty being years in jails. It's, you know, you go to a jail in the UK, I presume, because I've watched documentaries, or America, at least you get a bed to sleep on. You get clean sheets. You get to have a shower every day. You get to wear clean clothes. You get to have visits from your family. You get to smoke cigarettes or vapes, whatever they do now. You get 3 square meals a day. You get to play sports. Yes, you're in prison, but you have a decent standard of life as far as your personal needs go. But in a Thai prison, from what I've read, you do not get any of that. You know, it's hell. It literally is hell on earth, and it's certainly not something I'd want to get into. Okay. Jonathan S. Thailand ban. As of last night, I've watched every video you have uploaded. I love your channel. I hope you keep uploading more stories. Well, I will, Jonathan. Somebody said to me a couple of years ago, because say a year ago, I've been going for about 2.5 years now. And I was made a big deal of saying that I'm only doing these Saturday morning stories because I'm not in Thailand. Luckily, guys have sent them in. Can you imagine? I'm sitting at the end of my garden making a channel about a country that's 6,000 miles away. What am I going to talk about now? Okay, I can do the live stream. Got built up a good crowd now. But, you know, I'm not Trevor in Pattaya. I'm not everything Pattaya. I'm not CB Media. I'm not in Thailand. You know, I'm Thailand bound, stuck in Northamptonshire. So as far as the stories go, my first thoughts were, right, as soon as I get to Thailand, I'm going to knock these stories on the head. But you know what? They've become so popular, and I've got a lot of ladies who have subscribed to the channel. I say a lot, maybe about 1,000 women. I hit 38,000 yesterday subscribers, which is a big deal for me, considering I'm not even in Thailand. I was there in December, but I'm going a long way to answer what you originally asked me. I'm going to keep the stories going when I'm in Thailand, because I don't see any reason to stop telling them. Because when I go to Thailand, I've got a lot of plans to make videos, different kind of things. I've been, you know, racking my brains. I don't want to do. Well, it's unavoidable doing some things the same as other people, but I'm certainly not going to base myself in Pattaya and walk down Soy 6 with a selfie stick. I've mentioned that a lot of times. But I don't see any harm in keeping the stories going, because if somebody likes watching my channel because I do, I don't know, example, I do, just say I buy a bike and I do beach road runs, and certain people subscribe because they like them beach road on a motorbike runs, okay? I'm not saying I'll do that. I'm just giving you an example. If they don't like the stories, they just won't watch them, will they? So, but there are a lot of people now, loyal people who have subscribed to my stream to watch those stories. So in answer to your question, that's a long-winded way of saying I will keep them going, even when I get to Thailand. Okay. World Traveller. Cambodia is a Thailand alternative with a relaxed attitude towards marijuana. Yeah. Right. Only in Thailand. see the beer's making me burp again. Yes, they're even cracking down on vaping. Do you know what? I gave up vaping. Thailand's done the best they ever could for me because I've always been a heavy smoker. I started smoking when I was 15 at school, and it's a cliche. We used to go in the tennis courts behind a wall. We'd all be puffing away there. I don't think we actually enjoyed them. We just smoked for the sake of it. But I became a regular smoker, and in my heyday of really heavy smoking, I was smoking 2 packs of Marlboro Lights a day, every day. Did that for about 30 years. And then, the light switch went on that I was getting older and I didn't want to die young. If you're a smoker, I don't mean to depress you tonight. I'm just telling my story about the vaping. But I decided, I should stop smoking. And a great tool to help me smoking was the vape. But the problem is with the vape, it's like a baby's dummy because it's so easy and you can use it everywhere. It's really hard to take it out your mouth. You're just constantly vaping. Now, the way I was able to give up vaping, I was in Hua Hin with a friend. We were sat on a beach. We just went down to have a look because he hadn't been there. Put him on the back of a bike. I said, look, come down here. I'll show you there's a different part of the beach. Nobody knows about it, foreigners. And we sat there and he lit a cigarette up. And I said, be careful. You're not allowed to smoke on the beach, And I looked up and there was a huge sign and it said, no vaping, penalty, 2 years in prison or 20,000 baht fine. And I thought, 20,000 baht or 2 years in prison for vaping? And I thought, well, they're not going to get me. And I gave it up there and then. And they actually did me a favor. And the only reason I was able to give up vaping is because I wasn't going to give up going to Thailand. And I decided to give up vaping. And I don't smoke now and I don't vape now. And even if they legalize vaping, I'm not interested. Of course, I'm from the generation where you could go to a restaurant and in between your courses, you could have a cigarette. I even remember flying and the last 12 seats on an aircraft had ashtrays in the seats. You could smoke on an aircraft. You could smoke anywhere. You could walk through any building, any public building. You could be standing in a government council building waiting to pay your rent and you'd have a cigarette. They'd have a cigarette. I remember in the 80s in Bournemouth getting into a taxi, private hire taxi, and the driver had a cigarette and he's like, where do you want to go, mate? And he's smoking. Can you imagine that now? Okay. El Terrifico. A girl my age, no way. Right. Okay. Till, seen mates of mine smoke too much weed, end up paranoid. Yeah, well, that's one issue, isn't it? But that's totally different to the Thailand issue and the prison. Okay, look. Stay away from weed. My friend got 3 days in jail and 60,000 baht fine just for a vape. Oh, okay. Nick Franco, hi. Don't land in legal hot water as a foreigner. Got fined in Ukraine for drinking in public. Many foreign countries, a kangaroo court. Yeah. Because if you don't speak the language and people think you've got a lot of money in your pocket, you are going to be a target. It's an excuse to extract money from you. Okay, Clive, Thailand, it's nuts. Betting is illegal. You have the lottery and open casinos. Prostitution is illegal. Yeah. You have LOL. Now you cannot take pictures of people now as per new PDAPA laws. Yeah. I read about that. No point smoking chemicals, a lot more dangerous than Mary Jane. All right. Okay, I think it's time for a competition, guys. A little bit different. I've got Joke of the Week lined up as well. Over 400 in now. So what we'll do, I've got a different one this week. We won't do the Ladyboy one first. We'll do that second. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do with this competition is similar to Hooters, but I don't have any Hooters pictures left. So I've got a card with 8 pictures of 8 girls from Southeast Asia. Only one of the girls is from Thailand. The rest are from different countries around Southeast Asia, right? So I'll stick this up for a full minute. You decide which one is the tie. When it finishes, let me know in the comments. I'll read out your answers, and then I'll run the same card with the answer, with the Thai lady, okay? It's as simple as that. Just tell me which number is the Thai girl. all these answers steaming in now, steaming in, rolling off. I tell you what, a lot of people got it right, but a lot of people got it wrong. So as usual, you've taken the trouble to answer. Let's whiz through the answers, see who's right, see who's wrong. Take about a minute to do this, and I'll put the answers up, and we'll charisma. Can't get the word out. We'll say congratulations to the winners. Right. I'll just say who's wrong. I won't say who's right at this point. Okay. Else it will give it away. Right. Pesky McNuggets. Nope. Rumpo. No. Chugsy. No. Simon Goodson. I can't remember. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Jay. Yes. I said I wouldn't give the right answers, but I have done. Omar. No. Jay Frost. No. Clive. No. Chugsy. No. Marky. Mark. No. Spider. No. Jeff Sway. No. Leeds. No. Simon Goodson. No. Blots. No, sorry, you're right. And Blots, you're right as well. Clive, wrong. World Traveller Forever, no. Mark, good to see you, mate. No, you got it wrong. Christian, no. James Casey, no. Damon, well done. Only in Thailand, no. Joe Dirt, well done. Pacemaker, well done. Clive, 8. Big Tings, no. Sean, well, no. Smiley McGee, no. Bike Packer, no. Mac, no. Rob, no. I thought it was quite an easy one tonight, guys. Bernard, no. Brian, no. Clive, no. Low, is it? Lou Brickart? Yeah, well done. Prime 9, well done. Ivan, no. Nick Franco, no. Peter Fretwell, no. Lex 500, well done. Will Smith, no. Kev Mack, well done. Sasso, is it? No. Clive, again, no. Jolma, no. Mike Jones, no. Barang, no. Oh, a lot of wrong answers here. Ivan, well done. You got it. Carlito, is it? No. David Loveday, is it? No. D-Rock, no. Chang Noi, no. James Casey, no. Second guess there, James. A Nomad Overseas, no. Harold Bishop, sorry I'm late. You're all right, Harold. We're in the middle of a competition here, but you're welcome. Alex Curtin, no. Silver Fox, no. I'm going to run this answer in a minute. Just do a few more. Jolly Fox, well done. Paul Shackleton, no. Ivan, no. Jim Parr, well done. Okay, I think that's where we're about there. TJ Riley, no. Nino, no. Farang Travels, no. Then, well done. Charlie Stewart, right? No. Nick T, well done. Walk ATM, no. Tilt, no. Bend Over, no. I think we're there now, guys. Solo Loso, no. Gary, no. Right, let's put your guys out of misery. Couple more. Clive, you've had too much to drink tonight. M249, no. Clive, finally, well done. Did you look at somebody else's right answer, though? Right, okay, guys, let's run the answer for about half a minute there. Okay, so well done to all you guys who got that right, and commiserations to those who didn't. We'll do that again next year, next week, not next year, next week. We'll do it again next week because it's good to have a competition. I've run out of the Hooters, but we've got the Ladyboy competition coming up later, but there's a bit of a twist to the Ladyboy competition this week. I'll save that for about another 15 minutes. Right, let's have a look what we haven't done now. Okay, let's do Joke of the Week. Get this out of the way. Because I know this, it gives you a bit of pain, this one, doesn't it? Right, here we go. Joke of the week. Becky was on her deathbed. Her husband, John, was maintaining a vigil by her side. He held her fragile hand. Tears ran down his face. His praying roused her from her slumber. She looked up, and her pale lips began to move slightly. "My darling John," she whispered. "Hush, my love," he said. "Rest. Don't talk." She was insistent. "John," she said in her tired voice, "I have something I must confess to you." "There's nothing to confess," replied the weeping John. "Everything's all right now. Go back to sleep." No, I must die in peace, John. I slept with your brother, your best friend, and your father." "I know," he replied. "That's why I poisoned you." There we go. That's out of the way now. Right, check bound. I thought it was a ladyboy contest. No. That's coming up. That's coming up. Because I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave the ladyboy contest a little bit tonight because there's a lot of guys who like that competition, the ladyboy competition. But I watch the numbers, and when I do that, I always lose about 40 or 50 people, which is a bit disappointing because I put a lot of work into putting the competition together. And when you see people leaving this stream, it's only for fun, you know. But we will do it later on, right? Okay, David Loveday. I'm good. Hang on, wind. Oh, it's that beer. Right, Koh Samui or Koh Phangan. Me and my friend are going to Thailand in January. We went to Phuket, Patong last time looking for inspiration. Okay, so if you went to Patong in Phuket, it's a bit like Pattaya on the beach. It's girls, bars, and let your hair down. Koh Samui and Koh Phangan, they're a lot more subdued, okay? So it depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for sunsets, good food, white beaches, tropical sites, as they say, then yeah, you know, you can go to the islands. There are bars and things to do. But if you're one of those guys who goes there to party, I wouldn't book a hotel for a week. I would go there for a day or two and check it out first, see how you get on. Jeff says, damn, I almost picked 5. You should have done. You'd have been on to a winner. Okay. D-Rock says, I never thought it was 5. I thought that was quite easy. I thought the one that might trip you up, it was a Filipino one because they look quite similar, don't they, in some ways. Miss Philippines is beautiful, though, says Kev Mack. Rumble says South Korea is hot. Yeah, when I worked in Korea for a year, obviously I thought they were hot because I brought one back and I've been with her for 33 years, which is to end soon. But, you know, for me personally, if I have to pick, people will say, which women do you think are the prettiest in Southeast Asia? It's very difficult to find some that aren't. But for me, I like, I'll be honest with you guys, I find, you'd think I'm going to say Thai first. I'm not. I like the Japanese, the Koreans, and the Thais. I would say they're my top 3 as far as if you're not looking into somebody's brain and their body, you're just looking purely on looks. That's what does it for me. Right. TGC says 2450 number 8 is so pretty. Let's have a quick look at her again. I can't remember. I'm flying through these now. Number 8 is so pretty. Let's have a look. Yeah, she's Philippines, isn't she? They are pretty. The Filipino girls are pretty. Okay, Mark. I guessed a Filipino. Laugh out loud. I'm married to one. Yeah, well, no problem there. Alex says Kazakh girls are on average the best looking. I don't even know where that is. Where is that? Kazakh. That sounds like. Is it somewhere close to the Russian border? Right, he's going to be thinking, ignorant, get this guy, Thailand bound. Right, world traveler forever. I think the Vietnamese are the best looking in Southeast Asia. The Japanese, the best in all Asia. Right, okay, yeah, absolutely. But you're talking about Vietnam. I've never been to Vietnam, and I spoke to Michael today. Michael's a guy who lives in Washington. He's got AGV Sports. I'm in contact with. We're friends now, actually, and we've done several videos. And he said to me, because one of the things I'm going to do when I'm living in Thailand, based in Thailand, I want to do hops to like the Philippines, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, because just for a week. Because if you go to Thailand for a month maybe, and you can see like a flight. Michael was telling me a flight to Da Nang return is like $70, $70 US, right? Which is about £55, which is about just over 2,000 baht, right? You can fly to Da Nang, and then you can take another flight up to Ho Chi Minh City, where all the nightlife action is. So you could fly Bangkok, Da Nang, Ho Chi Minh City, and it's about probably about 80, 90, I think he said $90 US, right? So, if you're one of those guys, you've never been, like I've never been to Vietnam, but it's very, very, it's very modern now. The Ho Chi Minh City is I've watched videos, very modern. So if I'm there and I know there's other YouTubers who already do it, but some of them are younger than me. I've got an audience my age, for most part. So if you're going to Thailand for a month and you see me, I pay $70. I go to Ho Chi Minh City or maybe Manila or something like that, spend a week, show you what's there. You might think to yourself, well, you know what? I plan to go to Bangkok on holiday for a month or Pattaya, but you know what? I'm going to do a week in Vietnam, or I'm going to do a week in Vietnam, a week in Philippines, and 2 weeks in Thailand. So I'm looking forward to doing that. That'll be good. JB, introducing the incredible, undefeated Mr. Peter Leeds gets ready to monger. JB here. Hope you're well, Peter. Sorry, I'm late. Welcome, JB. Welcome. Right. Did anybody catch Ed Sweeney's stream before mine? I was getting a bit nervous because Ed's got this new channel. I don't mind promoting it a little bit for him. We're friends now. Eddie Steady Live. He hasn't quite got the numbers in there yet, but he was doing a stream. He started at 7, and I was watching him. I'm thinking, Ed, I start at 9, and he was getting later and later. But fair play to him. He did give me a shout out and said Thailand Band's on at 9, and he knocked off about 20 to 9. But I was starting to sweat a bit. I thought, we could be dividing the numbers here. But yeah, fair play to him. Right, Damon, Franco, DeRosa, Laters, dude, have a great weekend. Yeah. Okay. Right, James Casey again. I'm doing a cheap flight to Ho Chi Minh. Yeah. Where from, James? Whereabouts are you flying from? Because the great thing about Thailand, if you're in Bangkok especially, for me, it's going to be a hub. I can just jump to the Philippines, Laos. I want to do all those countries. I've done some of them before. The last time I was in the Philippines was probably, let's think now. It must have been 1989. Can you believe that? 89. What's that? That's probably 33 years ago. It'll be totally different now. I went to Cambodia probably about 10 years ago. I haven't been to Laos, haven't been to Vietnam, obviously been to South Korea for a year. Don't particularly want to go back to South Korea. But yeah, it'll be good fun. Right. McLaren F1 race again. Farang, maybe we can do Gauntlet one day. So Dutch Farang, maybe we can do the Gauntlet one day. Soy 6/1. When I was in Pattaya in December, I met up with Trevor, Buzz in Pattaya, and we went in the daytime to Soy 6. Of course, everything was closed down. So I've never actually experienced Soy 6 in Pattaya when it's been open, when it's been alive. But Trevor took me down there. We made a movie just to. I just wanted to see what was going on. But I've got to get that. When I get, it's not my scene anymore. But when I get to Thailand, when I'm living there, I should really do Pattaya. I'll tell you what, guys. I've just got to use a little boys' room, so I'm going to put this on real quick. Let me take this comment off. But what I'll do, I'll put the there you go. I'll put the exchange rates up again, and I'll be about a minute. There we go, Buffalo. Do you know what? Because I'm at the end of my garden, it's so far from my house. Well, it's not so far, but if I actually went into the house and used the toilet, I'd be gone for 5 minutes. So I have to utilize the bushes at the end of my garden. Okay, let me just see. Yeah, Clive, your comment actually got withheld by YouTube, not me. Right. Okay, let me get rid of this. Okay, and let's see what's been happening while I've been away. Let's have a look. Right, Till, it's believed China will invade Philippines before the 1st of November. Blimey, thanks for cheering me up tonight. Mark, I'm hoping to take my wife to Philippines, next year. She knows I want a personal side trip to Thailand. Yeah, fair enough. Some women actually welcome that. Well, there's an Australian guy who's been watching my channel for quite a while. He's not in here tonight, but I'm sure he'll watch a rerun. A guy called Wes. He's got a Thai wife. But then when they go to Thailand, they'll go to Phuket, but she goes up country to see her family, and she leaves him in Phuket for a week or so because he doesn't really want to trail behind. He does visit the family, but he doesn't want to sort of stay in a Thai village for sort of a week. So he does his thing, and she's quite happy to let him do it. Okay, lots of comments there, Mark. Yeah, right. Cashier. In my experience, ladyboys are is that responsible 90% of the theft? Well, the thing is with ladyboys, they get quite desperate for cash because with a ladyboy, You know, they want boob jobs, they want chop jobs down the bottom there, they want the Adam apple shaved. There's so many procedures, and they're not cheap, are they? So they tend to. The only time I've had a lady boy attempt to thieve off me, and I've told this story before. I was in Nana Plaza on the 3rd floor. It's gone back years, and all the lights went off at 2 o'clock. It's dark. I was coming down the stairs opposite the escalators, and as I came down, 2 lady boys were coming up, and one of them went behind me, and they grabbed me like they were hugging me. But my immediate reaction was put both my hands in my pocket. I held my wallet with my right hand, and I held something else with my left hand, and it wasn't that. No, a packet of cigarettes or something. And I could actually feel her trying to get my fingers off the wallet, you know. And in the end, I just said, like, off, you know, and I went. But you don't start fights with them, you know, because it's not your country, is it? But yeah, they have a lot they want to pay for. When I go to Thailand, I'm thinking about having a few procedures done. You see these lines here? I thought about, like, because they can cut it, can't they? I thought about, like, you know, having something like that. Just take the old lines away there. Just make myself feel better. I thought about it. And my teeth, I had all my teeth cleaned, but I've always had a gap here. And I'd like to get that sorted out as well. It's cheap to do in Thailand, isn't it? Why not? Right, Brian Street. Cheers, Peter. Yeah, cheers, Brian. Thanks. You're a very generous man, Brian. If I ever meet you in Bangkok, if I walk by, I'm not being ignorant because it's only a little picture. Grab me. I'll buy you the first beer, okay? And what I was doing when I was running the competition, I was being a bit cheeky because I poured one of these as well. Cheers. Oh, weekend, isn't it? Right. Okay. Jin the Otter, and I haven't seen you in before, mate. Did Buzzin Saville take you to his ladyboy bar? Now, I don't know if you're having a dig at Trevor, but he was very. When I went to when I was in Pattaya, Trevor, I didn't need looking after. I'm not a baby. I lived in Pattaya for 3 years. But Trevor was very accommodating. He met me on my first night. He took me out with his group. He met me most nights. He drinks a lot, Trevor. He likes the old sherbets, does Trevor. But no, I don't know if you're having a dig at him there or it was just a bit of a joke. But I found him to be a very, he was an okay guy. He was down to earth. He introduced me to a lot of people. I met Nick Dean. I met Brian Flowers. I met all that YouTube mafia down there. Jeffrey, the guy who does a rapper. I forget his name, but I met him. Trevor's all right. He's all right. He's okay. Right. Mark again. Daddy, my caribou is sick. Can you send me some dollars? Rather you than me. Right. D-Rock again. Okay. So no party town. Got it. But maybe a side trip with established girl there. Yeah, they are good. I can't remember if you left the story about the islands, but yeah, the islands. Well, I think the islands are really good. If you hook up with a girl, let's give you an example. Right. So you've gone to Pattaya for 3 weeks. You're in Pattaya. Third night, you meet a girl and you think, you know what, she's nice. She's nice. I'm not a mug. I'm not going to fall from. I'm not going to send her big money, but I would like to spend some time away from the bar because I like her company. I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to fall for anything, but I'm going to spend a week with her. Why not? Right. Now, if you take that girl onto that island where you're going to go, you have a damn good time because you've got great company. You can sit and eat with her. You can sit and drink with her. You enjoy each other's companies. That's when it's perfect. I've seen guys do it and it works out very nicely. You just got to make sure you don't fall for the old, we won't get into it, but you know what I mean, guys. Right, another super chat there. Let me say thank you to TGC2450 drinks for the next live stream. Yeah, thanks. And I do appreciate you being here. And I do know the people who are here every week, and I do recognize all the names. It's the usual suspects. And I know you've been you've been coming into the stream for a long time. I know you watch some of the stories, and there's a lot of people here who support me, and I do really appreciate it. And when I go to Thailand, I'll try and do you proud. I want to make some real nice videos. I know that sounded a bit corny, but I mean it. Right, Damon, what are you saying? You haven't gone to bed yet? No point in plastic surgery because in 30 to 40 years, we will all be in the cooker. Depressing, but a fact. Yeah, but it's the time before that time in the cooker. I can be a handsome man again. I've never been single in Thailand. I'm going to be single, Maybe I'll get a little bit of the old blue rinse going, bit of the old veneer teeth going, the old, get some nice clothes. Waste of time, really, is it? It's not like I'm going to get a freebie, is it? Right. I mean, that's true. It's funny, really. But you could get a guy who's wearing a robe. No, not wearing a robe. You could get a guy who's got a real nice, handsome face. He's about 40. He dresses nice and everything, but he'll say to the girl, "Can I go with you for free?" And then you get a tramp who says, "I'll give you 10,000 baht." She'll say yes, but you have to shower up before we go. And it's funny, isn't it? Right. Bike packer Pete, did you I think you mean sell the house yet? When's your departure? No, it's the same story as last week. The house, everybody who's come to view it said yes, it's very nice, love the garden, blah blah blah, but nobody's made an offer because everyone's very nervous at the moment because interest rates are going up because of Putin, you know what he's done. The world's a bit unstable now. But what I'm probably going to do now, I'm probably going to rent it out because I spoke to the estate agent and they said, look, your house, the sort of caliber of people who rent it, and we can rent it easy. We'll get some military person in there or somebody who owns a company, runs a company, oversees company people. And he said, we have no problem renting it out, good money. And what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to extract enough money out of my property to give my wife, because my wife and myself, we're leaving. I've said this every week. I'm going to set her up with my daughter so that they're living in a nice little house. I'm not going to be like, you know, horrible. She's going to let me keep a suitcase there. I'm going to keep that as my address. We're just, you know, the sparkle's gone out of our glasses of champagne, and all it is, you know, we want to move on with life, but as the best of friends. So in answer to your question, no, I haven't sold it yet. It's still on the market, but I'm working towards, you know, moving out to Thailand. I'm giving up the job I do, the little job, the 2 hours a day. I'm giving that up at the end of the school term because they've looked after me, the council, and I've said, look, I won't let you down because no new drivers have come through because of COVID. So I said, look, I don't have to. I'm self-employed, but I said, look, I'll carry on with the contract. I'll see you right. And at the end of it, that's it. I'm off to Thailand. They know I want to go to Thailand. They think I'm some sort of a pervert, you know. Right, Mark again. A suggestion: don't be vain. Focus on great ladies having fun and getting laid. Mark, it's not about being vain as in look at me, I'm so special, I'm so handsome. What it is, I've always done things for other people. You know, I've raised my family. I struggled with money in my younger years. I've never taken a day off sick. I've worked hard. I'm not looking for a medal or a sympathy badge. But I just want to feel good in myself. And, you know, like I said, my wife and I are separating in a good way. When I go to Thailand, I want to feel good, you know. And if I lose my wrinkles and I get my teeth done and a bit of color, I'm doing it for me. It'll make me feel good. And I'm not hurting anybody, okay? I'm paying for it. If I decide to do it, I'm paying for it. It'll make me happy, I hope. And I won't hurt anybody. So why not? Why not? If it makes me happy, right? Okay. Christian, thank you again. Sorry for failing marriage. Sorry for your failing marriage, but you did have a good run. It might sound really strange. It's not a failed marriage. It was a very successful marriage, and we are the best of friends now. But it's just both of us have realized, for my side, I don't want to be here. For what? I've said to my wife, look, if you ever want to come out to Thailand, there's a place. She won't move to Thailand because of my daughters, right? For me, my daughters are grown up. One works. One's got her own business. One's just finished Birmingham University. They're adults now. And they can make their own way in the world. I'll help them. You know, I've put my daughter, I won't get into personal things, but I've helped them. I will help them. And I've said to my wife, look, come over to Thailand. There's a place for you there. We can have a good time out there. She won't come out to Thailand because of our daughters. Now, if my daughters end up getting married and they go their own way and she's left her own, she might call me and say, look, okay, I'll head out. You know, if I'm married and I got a new family, then tough. Right, Andrew Hammond again. Haven't you got your flight yet, Andrew? My channel, that's it, right. Andrew's channel is Andrew's Real World. Okay, so what it is with Andrew's going out to Turkey tomorrow. He's got his YouTube channel and he's going to be filming every day. And I'm looking forward to watching them videos because Andrew's a sort of traveler. He goes like in hostels and things like that. You know, we had his book on here a few weeks ago, Andrew Hammond, Get Me Out of It. And Andrew actually was a person who helped, well, I would say instigated me making my book because without Andrew, I couldn't have done it, you know. He actually proofread it for me and edited it and all that. And we're working on the second book now. So Andrew, you can see there, his channel is Andrew's Real World. He'll be making the videos from Turkey every day. Sorry about the burp in there. Turkey every day. So I'll be watching them, Andrew, and you know, keep sending us updates, and I'll keep talking about it. Okay. Spicy Roads. Plastic surgery can make people look odd, not more handsome. Yeah, I know where you're coming from there. I mean, let's take a few examples. Look at Mickey Rourke. Jesus Christ. Mickey Rourke was, I mean, I'm not homosexual. I'm not attracted to guys. I've got nothing against guys who have. But what I'm saying is, and Mickey Rourke was a very handsome man, wasn't he, in his youth? And he didn't want to lose that. And he got all this plastic surgery again and again and again. He looked like Leatherface, didn't he? Like the Chainsaw Massacre guy. And there's a few others that I've seen, and they just look like freaks, don't they? So I wouldn't go down that line. Michael Jackson, I hate to speak badly of the deceased, but, you know, he was quite a good-looking man when he was younger. He wasn't, well, he was a good looking man. He had all this plastic surgery over and over and over and over. He looked like a freak in the end, didn't he? Fantastic singer, you know, a legend, absolute legend. I still listen to Michael Jackson. Thriller, wow, off the wall. You can't beat it. But, you know, look what plastic surgery did for him. But all I'm talking about, and I haven't made up my mind, I'm just talking about maybe, you know, they do it in the ears. Just maybe this, that's it. Nothing more than that. Look. You handsome man, you. Right, okay, let's stop talking about face jobs. Someone will watch this tomorrow and think, what a freak. Right, these are your golden years, Peter. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, that's what I've always said. You know, I've done everything all my life for everybody else. Right, Mark, YouTube have withheld your comments, not me. They've got a very clever algorithm and they pick up certain words, and that's not me. YouTuber Chugsy, YouTube has held your, because yeah, I haven't done anything. My hands are here. Chugsy and Mark, YouTube have pulled your comments, not me. Okay, right. If you want to say something, you can say it in a roundabout way, but be careful what words you use, because YouTube has very clever software that picks it up and just, you know, right. So we haven't done the Ladyboy competition yet. We'll wait to. We're still the night is still young, as they say. Right. Soothing meditation. One of the rose sellers in Treetown nearly had my wallet in December. She had a little kid with her who went to try and grab my wallet. Even after I caught them and threatened calling the cops, they just laugh. Yeah, they will laugh. You know why? Cliffhanger moment there. The reason they'll laugh is because the cops are probably in with them. You got to remember, it's a community of Thai people, and they're dealing with a lot of foreigners. Like thousands of foreigners come to Pattaya every year, and a lot of them mess up. And the Thais are wised up. You know, it's not like 30, 40 years ago where they, you know, when foreigners came, they were totally respectful, totally like, you know, these guys are interested from America, from England. Now they've seen everything. You know, they've seen people misbehaving themselves, and you got to remember, in that kind of community where they're able to make money, the cops are probably in on it. So yeah, they're going to laugh, aren't they? But what I'd say to you is, just don't bring out more than you need. What I do, if I go out and I'm going to have a blast, and I think, well, I'll probably spend 3 or 4 thousand baht tonight. Some people probably laugh and think that's not enough, or it's too much. But let's just say I'm sitting in my room and think, right, I'm going out tonight. I'm going to go bars. I'm going to have kebabs. I'm going to do this, blah blah blah. I need 4,000 baht. I'll take 6,000 baht to cover myself, but I won't put 30,000 baht in my pocket. And if you do, you're bloody stupid, because if it gets stolen, if I take 6,000 baht and I've spent 2,000-3,000, I'll get robbed. I've lost 2,000-3,000. Yeah, I'm pissed, but I've lost 70-80 pounds, $100 US. But if you carry your wallet with 20-30,000 in it and you lose $500, $600, you know, yeah, I mean, just assume that everybody is out to rob you. Okay, the Thai people are nice. I'm not being derogatory to them, but when you go out at night, just assume that everybody is looking at you like a target, and be defensive, and then it won't happen to you. Right. Okay. Gemini Star. That's okay. That's below the belt, fella. Okay, I don't know what that was. John Paul, thank you very much, John. You did that last week. I don't know what currency that is. It Polish? Maybe a Thailand-bound meetup in September. Bangkok will be arriving in September. Can't wait. After 3 years, yeah, there you go, Poland. My Poland mortgage is now at 6.5 rate. That's quite high. I've got some mortgages that are linked to the bank rate, and I'm noticing now. I've got one where the mortgage was £140 6 months ago, and it's now up to like £220. So they're creeping up, you know. But thank you very much for the super chat. I do appreciate it, as I always say. Right, I will answer your question, because I answered this last week, and I'll say the same as I said last week. I won't be arranging any meetups. Why? It's more commitment, more work from me. But what I do like is when people approach me and introduce themselves, and we have a drink together or something like that. And when I was in Thailand in December, especially when I was in Soi Pho, I did have people come up to me and say hello. And I was a bit nervous, because some people have said, be careful, everything, all these stories about the bar girls, you'll probably get a knife in your back, or at the very least a Heineken bottle in your head. And not at all. Everybody was really nice. And I met a few guys out there who were good, a lady as well with 2 guys. And so if I'm out there and any of you guys spot me and you want to have a beer or whatever, yeah, I mean, say hello. I'm not a snob, but I don't think I'm going to organize get together. It's just not me. And it's, you know, I'm going out there to relax now, guys. I'm keeping the YouTube channel going, but I certainly don't want to be committed to, you know, organizing guys and taking around bars. You know, it's more work, isn't it? Damon, I'm thinking about a hair transplant when I get back to Bangkok. Yeah, you could do one Baldy. Me and Damon are friends. He knows I'm only joking. Right, Gary B71. Peter, if a few minor if a few minor procedures make you look or feel better, go for it. Yeah, I haven't made up my mind, and I'm not hurting anybody, but I've thought about it. And I know a couple of guys in Thailand have had it done. Yeah, why not? Why not? I probably won't do it, to be honest with you, but I just you know, just thinking about it. Right, Mark, everyone is out to rob you. Which country are all the people on? Yeah, absolutely. You know, and the thing is as well, Mark, Pattaya is a tourist destination, isn't it? So people go there packing cash. You know, they got money in their pockets. Guns and Pleb, first time in the live stream. You're so friendly and love the advice you and your viewers give love. Yeah, well, the check is in the post. Send me your address and I'll send that off to you tomorrow. Thanks for that. I'm only joking. Right, do you know what, guys? It's late. Let's do the Ladyboy competition. If people leave now, it doesn't really matter, does it now? Because we've had a good night. I've had a good crowd in, over 400 earlier. Should we just do this one more time? Absolutely disgusting. Right, okay, so we're going to do the Ladyboy competition now, guys. We've got a twist to it, because normally what I'll do, I'll put 8 images of ladies, ladyboys, whatever, and normally only one of them is the ladyboy. I've turned it around this week, all right? So as usual, you're going to see 8 images with numbers on them. One of them is a lady. They're all lady boys tonight. Last week it was all ladies. There's no tricks. I'm not doing any tricks this week. Like one week I said which one's a lady boy, and they're all lady boys. I tricked you, right? Even though it wasn't April the 1st. Right, tonight, 8 pictures, 7 lady boys, 1 lady. What I want to know is which one of them is a lady, and make sure I don't screw this up and put the answers up first. There we go. Right, just tell me the number of the lady guy. Which one is a lady? Right, let me just, I just sneaked off to turn the fan off over there. It's probably get warmer in a minute. I just want to say, before I get into the answers, let me just say hi to Chetban. Thank you for that, mate. Peter, a small contribution. Thank you for the work you put into making this a great Friday night online. Meet up for all of us. Pictures, quizzes, joke of the week, and always go. Cheers, appreciate it. Right, let's see who's right, who's wrong. I've had to write down which one is to go. Right, so the competition is which one is the lady. Right, let me find let's start going in. Right. Only in Thailand, no. Brian Street, no. Oh, you're in trouble, guys. Marky Mark, no. Pesky McNuggets, no. I don't know. Yeah, there's a name up there. I can't pronounce it, but you got it right. John Paul, no. Leeds, no. Mark, no. Delboy, no. Alex Curtin, no. Paul Shackleton, yeah, top of the class. Elson Barmy Army, no. TJ Riley, no. Lex 500, no. Margaret Hoyle. Margaret, hi, welcome. No, you haven't got it. Charles Sanders, well done. Tilt, no. Rumble, no. Gary, no. Damon, no. Mark P, no. Bernard Prucell, is it? No. C London, no. Silver Fox, well done. Jolly Fox, no. Jeff, say no. A then. Number 2 is my guess, but it's a wrong guess. Kevin, well done. Spider 0064, no. Big Tinge, no. William Sullivan, no. Paradise Life, no. Charlie Stewart, right, no. Jonathan S, well done. Tom Waddington, no. D-Rock 77, I hope is number 6. Barang 1, no. Chugsy, no. Nino, no. Can Fan Chan, is it? Christ, that's a mouthful. No. Matt Larkin, no. Anoman Overseas, no. Joma Manico, is it? No. Jose, no. Solo Loso, no. Golden Monkey, no. A lot of wrong answers, guys. I'm getting worried about you guys, but Canary Sprague's Wings, well done, because you normally get it wrong. You got it right tonight. Ivan, yes, well done. Soothing Meditation, no. Paul Hoskins, no. Paul Hoskins, haven't heard from you tonight. Not for a while, anyway. Chris Falk, no. Spicy Rose, well done. Peter Fretwell, no. Alexander the Great, no. Where are we? I've lost my place. Hang on. I'm going to have to give you the answer because I've lost my place. No, here we go. Right. Paul Shackleton, no. Checkbound, no. Dopey, is it Dopey? I hope I said that right. No. Bendover, well done. Chaz Brown, no. Sergeant Roots, well done. To be or not to be, I always say, oh, it's not. It's to be, not to be. No. Ross Cookie, no. Bazwookie, no. Ivan, which is the lady, right? Yeah. The 7 lady boys and 1 lady. Which is the lady? Going to give the answer in a minute. G Star 66, no. Colin Bullions, no. Redfield Denmark, no. Dutch Farang, well done. You're a winner. Ivan, well done. You're a winner. Sean, well done. Kev Mack, no. Smiley McGee, hope it's number 6. Probably not, though. I got a smile on my face. Look. Walk ATM, no. Clive, no. Gabor, can I give the answer in a minute? A lot of answers coming. I'll give it another 15 seconds. I haven't lost anybody tonight. Harold Bishop, no. Bottle Baby, you're all right, mate. You got it. B Tots, is it? Yes. Clive, no. Clive, you just don't get these, do you? Del Boy, 2's hands are quite small. All right. I'm trying to make it easy tonight as well. Mick Man, well done. Clive again, no. Ivan, yes. You Dog, yes. Ivan, I think you're doing a laugh there, are you? Richard Martin, no. I'm going to give the answer in a minute, guys. Going on this one, isn't it? Guns and Plebs, yes. Clive, please do. You're begging for the right answer now, Clive, but it's not. No. Nick Shipman, no. Kevin Lampard, yes. McLaren, Clive, loads of answers. I'm not going to read any more of yours out. Jan K, no. Peter Green, well done. Dave Dorman, no. Guys, be careful when you're in Pattaya, these lady boys. Paul Hoskin, 9. There is. I've just caught on, Paul. There is no number 9. I liked your Paul. Just before I go on the answer, I was listening to Ed's stream. You know the 3 4s, 4 inches, 4,000 baht and 4 minutes. I liked your little pun. 9 minutes, 900 baht and 9 inches. Right. Jonathan Brazer, no. I can't pronounce that. Is it Marazagoloski? Lucky. Yeah, you got it right. Anyway, Clive, no. Kevin, yes. Clive, no. Clive, no. James Casey, yes. Well done. You got it. We're going to get the answers up soon. Right. Kenneth Drain, no. I'm not. You're spamming the answers now, Clive. Getting so many in here, but you haven't got one right yet. Do you get a free book for guessing? Right? No, you get a date with the 7 lady boys. You go there for a week. You get 1 lady boy every night. Right. Let's give you the answers, guys. If you got it right, well done. If you didn't, don't worry. It's just a picture. In real life, you'll get it. Let me just get the right one up now. Okay. Which one is the lady? There you go. There'll be more of the same next week. Let's have a little chat about these lady boys now, because it's late at night. All the kids are in bed, as they say. You know what always amazes me? I know there are guys, and I'm not judging. I'm not condemning. I'm not. I'm on the sideline. I'm just talking about this. I know there are guys who when they go, they've never been into guys or anything like that. It's a bit of a touchy subject, but I know there is quite a lot of guys when they go out to Thailand. If they have an encounter by accident, for instance, with a ladyboy, they're not too fussed about it, if that makes sense, if you can read between the lines. From my own side, I'm not into ladyboys myself. They don't do anything for me. But what I will say is this: what's always amazed me is I'll look at their picture and I think, wow, this is a guy. Because in England, I don't know about whereabouts in the world you're watching this from. There's a lot of English guys, obviously, because of the time, but guys who are in Australia and the US and Canada and whatever, Europe, who watch this on the rerun, it's probably the same way you live. Guys in the UK who want to be kind of what you would call a ladyboy. I won't use the official word here, but ladyboys. Honestly, they look like a truck driver with a dress. They really do. We got a guy in Kettering. He walks through the high street in Kettering. No, he's been doing it so long, nobody looks at him anymore. But the guy doesn't even bother to shave his 5 o'clock shadow, and he's clomping down the high street with a cheap plastic bag, a wig on, his lipstick. I mean, he looks ridiculous. But, you look at these pictures, and again, I'm not being judgmental. If you're into it, fair enough, fair play to you. But they do, some of them, this is what's kind of scary about it, because I'm not into it. But I look at the picture, I think, wow, is that really a guy? I mean, it's scary. I mean, look, just look at, let me get it up again. Look at number, say, 1 and 2, for instance. I mean, especially number 1. And number 1, it would fool me. Anyway, enough of this gay banter, as they said on Monty Python's. Right. William, I wanted to show you a clip on here tonight, but I couldn't show it. And it's a shame because I'll get done for copyrights. But I wasn't really into Monty Python's too much, but I watched a clip and it was about a guy. He wanted to be a lion tamer. He was an accountant. He goes in and it's like, well, we've evaluated you and we think the best job for you is you could be an accountant. He's like, I'm already an accountant. And they said, well, what do you want to do? He said, I want to be a lion tamer. And I watched that yesterday. Really funny. I thought, I want to put that up. But you know what? YouTube's so strict, I couldn't do it. Right. Well, Sir Peter, it's all about the Crocodile Dundee method of checking to see if she's as... Yeah, I know that. I've watched that movie several times in the 80s. It's he goes up and he just gets a handful, doesn't he? Okay, but the important thing is you mustn't. I don't think you should judge people who are into that sort of thing, because, as I always say, and I mean this, as long as nobody is hurting anybody else, they're just it's all consensual. Then why not? If somebody's into that, then fine. I remember the most embarrassing time I ever had in Thailand. I was out with a bunch of guys, and there was a couple of they were gay guys, right? They were real hardcore gay guys. And one of them had a birthday, and me and my friend who were not gay, we said to them, right, it's your birthday. This is in Bangkok. We'll go anywhere you want. Doesn't matter, gay clubs, blah, blah, blah. Your birthday, we're in your hands tonight. Take us. Jesus Christ. We went to go-go bars where you had guys in white underpants going around the bloody poles, and it was like, it was a totally different experience. Right, okay, let's move away from this. Let's have a look. Okay, Clive, Jesus, Peter, you're just toying with me. No, definitely not toying with you, Clive. Right, only in Thailand. The Ladyboys from Bangkok are in Manchester this month. Tickets are from £15. Oh, really? Is that some kind of a show then? What do they do? Like an Alcazar? Is it Alcazar? That show they have in Pattaya, they've been gone forever and a day. They got all the feathers and they take the pictures with the Japanese and the Koreans at the end of it. It's not something I would travel to Manchester to do, but well, fair play to them. If they're able to put on a show that people in the UK will go and watch, then yeah, well done to them. Right, WOC ATM. When dating, check ID card or regret once in hotel room. Do you know what? Yeah, good tip, WOC ATM. But do you know, I'll be honest with you, I've seen it time and time again. You get guys who they'll sneak away early. They say they've got jet lag or they want to have an early start. And what it is, you'll have a group of 3 friends, like there'll be me, my friend, and his friend, and we go out as guys, all having a good time. And one of them will be into ladyboys, and he's a bit embarrassed in front of me and the other guy, and he wants to do his thing. And if he said to me, I'm going to go off and find a ladyboy, I wouldn't give it a second thought. But just with regards to your comment, I honestly think there isn't many guys who accidentally pick up a ladyboy. Do you know what I mean? But what you're saying about the ID card, you're absolutely right. I was watching Ed's stream many months ago, and he said, look, if you're ever tempted, you're not into them, asked to look at their ID because, you know, you see the old 5 o'clock shadow and stuff. I've got a video on my channel. It's called something like the military draft, and it's all these ladyboys are going for the draft, and they have to go and sign up, but they never sort of put them in the army. They've just got to go through the motions. So they have to go on, and you see them with handbags and long hair, and they're queuing up with all the army guys. And what they do, they go through the motions of having to sign up, and they get a bit of paper to say that they've been to do their signing up for the military service, but they never take them on into the army. It's kind of like a show just to say, okay, you signed up. There's your bit of paper to say you turned up, but you know, you're a ladyboy. We can't use you, sort of thing. It caused riots in the tents at night, wouldn't it? Stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, checkbound. Dira, I've only ever guessed it correctly here once in all the weeks I've watched it. Yeah, but you know, from pictures it's very difficult, and you don't always see hands and feet and Adam's apples. When you're there, it's a lot more easier. Richard Martin says, or long time. Okay. What's this? Richard Martin, 15 pounds. Oh, we're going right off track here. D-Rock 7977 TBF, I should be there with you with my judgment on the quizzes. Okay. Okay, I've done that one already. Right. What else? Let's have a look. Right, guys, would you mind awfully if I plug my book one more time before I go? There's people who've come into the stream late. You know, I've got this new book out. I didn't want to go out about it all night and be like Mr. Salesman, so I made a 30-second video just to tell everybody where they can get it, how much it costs, and what it is. And if you do buy it, please give me a nice write-up on Amazon. Let me play this video, pre-recorded video, for 30 seconds, and then I'll come back in and we'll do some more chat. My new book is finally out. I've got it here in my hand. It's available on paperback and Kindle version. Now, although it's called a Kindle version, you can actually download it to any PC or desktop, laptop, that sort of thing, and you can read it straight off whatever you're using. If you prefer the paperback version, as I said, that is now out. I've just received a copy here. There's 30 stories inside. It's retailing at the moment. It's retailing at $4.99 for the downloadable version and $9.99 for the paperback copy. Now there might be some postage on top of that as well, and if you're not in the UK, that currency, the UK will be converted into your currency, so you'll get the local price where you are. So there's 30 stories in this book, Thailand bound. Stories, real tales of love and losses in the land of smiles, and that's actually written by myself with the help of Andrew Hammond, who edited it and proofread it for me. Now, if this goes well, I will bring out a second book. I don't know, I've never had a book out before. This is my first one, very proud of it. So hopefully you guys will either download it or buy it. It's on Amazon, as I said. I'll stick a link in the description, and yeah, thank you in advance if you do buy it. Where have I seen that guy before? Right. Dutch Frank says, you're allowed to plug your book, not to leave. Well, I've got to take my daughter to work early in the morning, so I won't be around too much longer. We're coming up for 2 hours now, but let's do a few more comments. Mark says, there are bad people no matter what your sexual preference is. Yeah, and Mark, it's like I always say, you know, if you're not hurting anybody, it doesn't matter, does it? Peter, it's stories, not story. You know what? Normally I would give a sarcastic answer to that, but I did actually wonder about that, because you can do stories like with the way I've done it, which is wrong, or the way you say it, which I know is right. And I looked at both of them today and I thought, oh, which one is right? And I wasn't sure, and I picked the wrong one. I had a 50-50 chance. So there you go. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. But thanks for yeah. If it's story, it's story without the S, as in story, like you've written there. But stories is RIES. I left school at 15. I'm not going to make any excuses. I've got where I am from hard work. But thanks for that. And I'm not going to take the mickey, because I know you are right. Okay, right. D-Rock. Soothing medication. Good tip about joking there to CID. Otherwise, you know what? I think a lot of them won't show you their ID because they realize, you know, that they look like men. They go to a lot of trouble to not look like a man. Cashier later, Peter. Yeah. Good night. Thank you for joining us. Peter, good man, good heart. Okay. Hey then. Don't join the Flying Cub. Read Peter's book before you go out there. Yeah, I wish I could do an Audible version, but it's really expensive to get somebody to read it, and I can't read it because it's 30 stories. It takes me half an hour to read one before I edit it. Like tomorrow, I'm going to do the stories for next Saturday, and there'll be another plug for the book at the end, right? Just to get on your nerves. But I've got 3 or 4 stories out in the morning. I'll try and get them out early if you're into the stories. Okay, someone just kidding. What was that one? Soulfire, your proofreader, haha, kidding. Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's why you're joking, but I've got that's a good point you've made. That's why I've got Andrew Hammond who proofreads it for me, because I make spelling mistakes. I'm not going to pretend that I'm the best speller in the world. I come from a different era. I lost my father when I was 9 years old. I went out to work in a steelworks when I was 15 because I had to give my mother. I didn't have to. I chose to give my mother half of my pay salary, which I picked up every Friday, which was £4. I gave her £2 and I had £2, and it was a different era. So now they're all encouraged to go to university, college. Education is everything. But when I was a young man, that's 1975, we were encouraged to go out into the world and make money any way you can, because money wasn't like it is today. It's quite much easier for a lot of people. So that's where that's how it was. It was a different era. How did I get into the hotel industry? I spent a lot of years in 5-star hotels because I got to an age of about 21 and I decided I didn't want menial jobs any longer, and I had to educate again. And I made sure I got educated, and I took exams, and I did a lot of courses, and I got into the hotel industry at a very low level, worked very hard, 16-hour days for a long time, and got up there, and it paid off. Like people say, hard work. There's no easy, there's no sort of easy way to do it, is there? Right, Mark. Yes. Good night. Thanks for joining me tonight. Charlie Stewart says Trevor Buzzard admitting having a dabble. Yeah, he did. He did admit it. He admitted it to me, and he admitted it on his stream. He's not ashamed of it. He said he went out one night. He got very drunk. He picked somebody up. He went back to his hotel, whipped the kit off, and there was a little bit more there than he expected. But he thought, hey, what the heck, and just got on with it. But he's not ashamed of it. Right. Kev Mack, nothing like a good story with your coffee on a Saturday morning. Yeah, thank you, Kev Mack. I'm glad you enjoy them. Dutch Farang, Peter, real hustler since your young age. Yeah, I've got to be young again when I go out. I can't believe I'm 62, 62. It's gone so quick. I've had a good life. I'm talking like I'm dead now, but it could have been worse. Right, Guns and Blow. I can't wait for stories tomorrow. I think I'll smoke I think I'll smoke my weed in bed rather than Thailand. Have a good night, rest, and a safe day. Yeah, do that. Smoke it tonight. Smoke it in the morning. When you get on the plane to Thailand, flick it and don't do it. Okay, I'm glad you got the message, by the way. And for God's sake, when you're there and you're on a buzz and you've got a lovely girl and you're thinking there's no one around, no one will know. That Peter from Thailand band, what does he know? He's an old dinosaur. Just don't do it, believe me. Right, LG, when I'm in Thailand, I'll take a freelancer. I check to see how she's built. Arm length, feet, gay movement. Well, it's nothing to do with being gay. It's a completely different gender to that. Who her group or friends are, also if they're too pretty and check. There's a lot of clues, okay? They're very loud and brash, they overemphasize things. That's a very bad impersonation there. But they're very loud and very over the top. A lot of them have got big feet. They have Adam's apples. Some of them, they haven't had them shaved down. And, they've all got massive, massive coconuts because they get the job done. They get the job. Marky Mark, if you could do it over again, would you still get married at an earlier age? Oh, Mark, I didn't actually get married at an early age. I got married 33. I met her 33 years ago. So how old? That's about 1989, wasn't it? But we didn't get married until a little bit later. She's been a great wife. I can't say anything bad. She raised my children. I can't fault her. Okay, I can't fault her. So if I can't fault her, why are we getting divorced? Because she fault me? No, it's just the sparkle's gone from the glass of champagne. That's it. And would I do it again? Yeah, I would. If I met her, I would do it again. Yeah. Mark, you said you were going to bed. What's this? I am 67. Get over it. Well, I am actually a young man, aren't I? If you're 67, I'm 62. Anyway, good night. Right, LG, when's your next live stream? I just joined 15 minutes ago. Don't want to miss the next one. It's very tempting to do one on Sunday, but I'm not going to do it. Oh, Ed Sweeney, God bless him. He's been doing a live stream every day. And I'm like, are you at it again? And the problem is, you can have good streams, you can have bad streams, but the fact of life is, as good as you are, as nice as a stream is, if you show up too often, people will get bored of you. And I hope people don't get bored of Ed because he does a good job. But I like doing the streams. I'd like to come back and do one on Sunday, but I won't. I'll leave it till Friday. The next time I do one on a Sunday will be like on a holiday, bank holiday, something like that. Then I've got an excuse to do it. Okay, Ivan, after hearing all your stories, I'm looking forward to visiting Thailand, and it's my first time. Right, Dutch Frank. Peter, you can be proud to bring food to the table at your age. Dutch Frank, I don't know how old you are, but you know what it was like in the 70s. We were encouraged. Nobody said to us, which university do you want to go to? Which higher education do you want to take on? People said, look, your mother needs to put food on the table. Go out. You're the man of the house now. Go out and work. And you did it, right? It was in the steelworks, hard work, sweating, heavy metal. I don't think young kids today appreciate it. I don't want to sound like an old fogey, but different times. Right. Yours travels. I'm 42, doing 2 months, November, December in Pattaya, worth 7 nights a month. Let me read that again. Yours travels. I am 42, doing 2 months, November, December. Is Pattaya worth 7? Yeah. Oh God, yeah. It definitely is. I'd do 14 nights in Pattaya. I mean, even if you're not into the girly scene, Pattaya is a good place to go. Jomtien is a great place to stay as well. But yeah, absolutely. Right, Joes. How many we got in now? Wow, still over 300. Joes, when your mind makes a contact your body can't fulfill, you're over the hill, brother. You're over the hill. I feel you're still several years away from that point. Is he having a go at me, or is it too many beers? When your mind makes a contract your body can't fulfill, you're over the hill, brother. You're over the hill. I feel you're still several years away from that point. Okay, you're not having a go at me. Yes and no. The fact of the matter is I am 62, but I don't want to be think, oh, well, that's it. My life's over now. The reason I'm going to Thailand is because it's got a lot to offer as opposed to the UK. No, I don't feel like my life's over. Somebody said to me the other day, they said, oh, Peter, be careful. What happens if you go to Thailand, you have a heart attack in the MBK center? They'll never get to your hospital and you'll die. Well, if that happens, I won't know about it, will I? So it won't matter. Someone's saying, hi, Sev, hi guys. How you doing, Sev? Nice to see you in. Right, Dutch Frank, will Eddie go streaming in 30 minutes? I think, yeah, good old Ed. He looked like Tutankhamun tonight, didn't he? What was he wearing? It's like an Egyptian thing, but like he said, just for fun. Right, Mazza, when is Eddie joining you tonight, Pete? Ed's watching Netflix tonight and having a few beers. The next stream that's planned with Eddie and me is at the end of June, last Sunday of June. I've got to, I want to try and teach him how to do that. He's got that brick wall behind him now. He looks like a ghost the way he comes in and out of it. I could sort that out really quickly in about 2 seconds. But you've got to be careful, because if you start trying to say to people, look, I'll show you how to do it, they get offended. It's like you're trying to be bossy towards them. So I've kind of hinted, I want to sort him out with his backdrops. Talking of backdrops, let's do something a little bit more. Should we have that one? Yeah, let's do that one for a while. Okay, that's just normal girls in Thailand. They're not bar girls, but okay. Right, check ban. A friend told me earlier this evening that he broke up with his girl after 25 years. We just became like housemates. He's 2 years single now, no plans to jump back into relationships. He's happy. Yeah, I was very happy married. I had a very nice life. We had 2 girls. They're grown up now. I've done what I was put on the planet to do. I was put on here to reproduce. I've reproduced. I've got 2 daughters. Hopefully they'll reproduce. I'm not needed anymore, so I'm off on my merry way. Only in Thailand. My dad said to me, the only thing that matters in life is work. I wouldn't agree with that. What I would say is, yeah, you have to work to get the money to have a good life. I wouldn't say, life is about work. Mark, you said you're going to bed. Disagree with respect. What, Mark? I'm too far into the stream now. I've had a few beers, so I don't know. No, was that about you? Your age? I'm a young man and you're an old man. Right. My mother, she used to say to me, Peter, age is just a number, and then she got dementia. Right. Off to bed now, Peter. Thanks for tonight. Worryingly, I may find myself thinking of number 2 in the Ladyboy competition. That's all right. I should be off to bed soon as well. Let's give it another 5 minutes. Chetbound, I could probably would. Yeah, all right. Okay. Only in Thailand again. I don't agree with it, and probably the reason I have no hobbies. Yeah, all right. Each to his own. Right, Dutch Frank, Gemini Star. No, it's good. Thai quality, 100% and original. Yeah, all right. Anyone else? Right, I think we're there, guys. Del Boy, what are you saying? We're all getting older, hopefully. Yeah, haha. Right, guys. I honestly think that's it. I've hit the mark. Right, yeah, that's it, guys. There's some stories in the morning. We've been going for 2 hours and 11 minutes. Wouldn't surprise me if Eddie comes in with a new stream now after he's had a few drinks. God bless him, as they say. No, that's it for me for today. I won't be doing a stream this Sunday, as I said. There'll be some fantastic stories in the morning. Please buy my book and leave a good review on Amazon. Thanks for tonight. I've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the competitions. We're going to do that Southeast Asia ladies again next week. Until then, what more can I say, guys? Thanks a lot, and I'll see you all soon.